Hello, how's it going? No, it's a two. Today is going to be a continuation of yesterday's fiasco. We're going to take a look at part two or three, I don't know, part whatever, of Amberlynn and Emily's text messages. Um, Apparently I get talked about in the text messages, so that's why I titled today's live stream the way that I did. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Have to see. Yeah. We're gonna have some fun tonight, as always. Pull up another tab. I say we just jump right on into it. I mean, there really isn't that much to talk about. Oh, Amberlynn put up like this thing on Snapchat, and like somebody said, this like girl like sent her in a question, and it was like, "Hey Queen, miss you. When are you gonna go live next?" And Amberlynn replied to it and was like, "Hey, like I'm just taking some time for myself. Um, I'll be back soon, but like I just need to like be around positive vibes right now." So, okay. Um so yeah, that's like the tea right now. Um I don't know if we talked about this, but like also, I mean this is nothing new, but Amberlynn is going after reaction channels, specifically smaller reaction channels. Like Amberlynn Reed reaction channels that have like less than 5,000 subscribers. Um yeah, she's like going after them. So, that doesn't surprise me. That's so weird to me. Going after channels that like she like probably has to search them out, you know? Um that's just so strange to me. Okay, where is it? Exposing Amberlynn again. So we were like 51, 40. All right, we were like here-ish. Over the castle on the hill. Um I heard that Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift are like beefing right now. I didn't even know that Ed Sheeran came out with a new album. Um, what's new? KRH writes, thank you so much again. I really appreciate you starting off the stream with a bang. We are up to 10 gifted memberships already. The community is already expanding horizontally and or vertically. I'm not sure. Thank you so much to KRH starting off the stream with some gifted memberships for what seems like the 100th day in a row. I really appreciate you doing that, KRH. Thank you so much for always getting it started in here. Let's get it started and ha. Number 2 pencils, pens, any type of writing instrument that is in the form of an emoji, I would love to see in the chat right now in KRH's honor. Did you hear about Eugenia? Yeah, so like I haven't watched any of that yet. I need to. I think after stream tonight that's what I'm going to watch. I need to watch that and I need to like see what's going on. What's going on with Eugenia? They're like suing her or something. Which like honestly, I'm not surprised because like that's like something that I used to talk about in my commentary videos about Eugenia. Um I mean, she had a direct impact on kids. I mean, you know, and TikTok, like, TikTok was kind of at fault for that. I mean, you know, allowing her to traipse around in, you know, scantily, you know, clothes the way that, you know, she was, like, neck deep in her ED and everything, like, you know, getting ranked like #1 in beauty and fashion. It's like, I mean, Eugenia was part of the reason why. Yeah, and like that's what I always used to say in my videos. I was like, TikTok probably doesn't want to be responsible for her. So that's why they've like been off and on shutting her account off since January of last year. So I think that with all of this going on right now, I think that it's safe to say that Eugenia probably will not be back on TikTok anytime soon, if at all ever. I know that she's still trying to like hang out with Jeffrey and like be in like, Jeffrey's inner circle and everything, but I think that they kind of have moved on from her. But anyway, this is not a Eugenia stream. This is an Amberlynn stream. So let's move on and get back into this. We were about 32 minutes into it or so. So we are just going to continue on. All right, let's jump back into it. What do y'all say about that? But first, Squirreliosis, thank you so much. Here's money before I go drinking. Drink responsibly, Squirreliosis. Don't do anything that I wouldn't. Jordy's Endless Slushy, thank you so much. Hey, bestie, hope you got your slushy. Oh my god, there's like drama with that right now. Like the one, like they're like all broken. They're all broken. There's like one that's working, and like there's like many different locations that you can get it, and there's like one that's working. So like if that one breaks, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Chris Abercrombie, hey, running a marathon tomorrow. I just want to let you know I'm disappointed in Amber. 26.2. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of running. Good luck to you, Chris. KRH, thanks. It's D&D night, so I'm going to be lurking. Clickety clackety heart hands. Thank you so much, KRH. I hope that you kill the dragon or slay the goblin or yeah, whatever it is you do in D&D. I don't know. I don't play nerdy shit, so I have fun being like in your fantasy world. Okay, let's start.
She claims that she had cause for saying this. She claims that she saw proof that Amber was flirting with another person in her DMs. I don't know for 100% fact, because I haven't seen proof, if this is definitely true, but what I do know is that Amber gives absolutely no context. So Amber says she's a pure, sweet, innocent victim, and Emily, randomly out of nowhere, with no impetus at all, just suddenly starts accusing her of cheating. Now that's not very believable. Emily is the only person who's actually given us a version of events which could be true. I don't know. All I'm saying is, Amber, if that's not true, then tell us why that happened. I don't know what happened.
Well, if you block someone's number and then they reach out to you on Instagram, that doesn't mean, oh, you found me. I guess I'm going to have to reply to you now. This is stupid.
But I know that this is the context that I've got because Amber's given none. We can look at the text that Amber shares. So here's one here. You can see at the top, Emily has said, how do you not remember? Convenience. Now that's interesting. What's Emily asked? Amber hasn't shown that bit, right? But clearly Emily's asked Amber something and Amber's gone, I don't remember. Well, what doesn't she remember? Clearly there's some question Emily wants answered and Amber is alleging that she can't remember. We've seen Amber say she doesn't remember things when she doesn't want to take accountability in the past. So I actually wouldn't be surprised if Amber did fucking cheat on Emily. And that's why she's saying that she can't remember whatever this was. And then Amber goes all caps. Now later in some other screenshots, and I think some I've shown you already, when Amber is pushed and she's really angry, she rages back in all caps, and that's what she's done here. I told you I blocked her number and that's why she reached out to me on Instagram, even though we don't talk on there. Emily says, interesting, because I'm talking to her right now, which again corroborates Emily's story. Amber says, okay. Emily says, and you're not being honest with me. Amber says, yes, I am. Wow.
Rachel gives Tommy too much grace. I have seen a lot of people giving Rachel shit for things that have been happening over the past couple weeks. In regards to that, like, I think that, in my opinion, to be able to bring an entertainment aspect and value to YouTube, you're going to have to, at some times, do things or say things that might not float the boat with everybody or be the popular opinion. In a perfect world, we all shit on Emily for the feeder that she is, and she shares the tea with us. So I understand from Rachel's perspective and a reaction channel's perspective that it's kind of necessary to play nice in order to be able to make this entertainment an opportunity to be able to be shared like this. Because, I mean, you know, if Rachel was on here bad-mouthing Emily and, you know, shitting on her and everything, you know, I highly doubt that Emily would have shared these text messages with her. You know, it's kind of the same thing about Alexis. It's like, you know, back when Alexis was more relevant during this season, you know, I would talk with her and everything, but I know that a lot of you hate Alexis. You know, so had I come on here and been like, yeah, Alexis is horrible. Yeah, Alexis is this, Alexis is that. I mean, we would have missed out on a lot of tea and we would have lost out on a lot of entertainment value. So, yeah, I mean, so I don't know. Maybe just take that into consideration. Vanessa, thank you. Just sending you my super chat V card. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. Are you related to Chris? Catherine, hello. Just want to let you know my dad bought an 85-inch TV, and the first thing I did was put your stream on. Crumble Cookie Gate broadcasted in the living room. Oh my god. Your dad probably said, all right, I'm taking this shit back. 85 inches. That's a gigantic TV. Oh my god. Pen, thank you for 4 months. I'm on a plane to see my bestie in Phoenix, and I'm going to convert her. Oh my god. I'm also down 40 pounds thanks to our girl. Love to y'all. Oh my god, congratulations. I hope you have a fun time in Arizona. Hey. I wish I was there.
You're going to believe Danielle over me. Ha 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 ha. Dude, I'm done. Then Emily says, I just caught you lying with proof. And according to Emily, Danielle sent her proof. So it's not sounding like Emily is the crazy one. It's sounding like she's seen something and Amber is gaslighting her and saying that it doesn't exist. Emily says, I'm sure you're sick of being busted. Sorry it's upsetting to you, ? Which is really funny because that is the perfect example of what Amber has done this whole time. She gets busted, she can't stand being accused of what she's done, and she gets angry and rages. Amber does, for once, show sufficient proof of the actual conversation here, and gives a little bit more detail on the fact that she was accused of cheating. But when we delve in a little bit deeper, it sounds like there's more going on there than Amber admits to, and I just think that's interesting. By Amber's own definition, messaging another person is cheating. And you'll see, again, I keep saying this, but we'll get into it, Amber does say that messaging another person is harmful and upsetting to her in future messages, which you're going to see. So Amber considers texting cheating, and we know that she was extremely insecure about Emily cheating on her, more proof of which you'll see in a minute. Just going to have to trust me for now. So Emily says that by
Why? Kristen's husband, are you interested?
Amber's own standards, Amber did cheat on her, which is why she accuses her of cheating. Emily also told me a very interesting story about a friend of hers from Tennessee. First of all, listen to this clip here.
I went through her phone with her permission because I caught her talking to an ex. It was a girl that she said that she literally blocked. Turns out she didn't. Called some girl super cute and all this bullshit a night before we met in person, even though
I think that I mean, like, we all can, like, jump on the bandwagon and be like, oh, yeah, Amberlynn cheated. Like, maybe she did talk to Danielle. I mean, I don't know if there's screenshots about that, but maybe she was talking to Danielle. It wouldn't surprise me because I think that Amberlynn does like to keep a lot of opportunities on the back burner just in case something falls through. But that's kind of how dating and relationships are in our society in general anyway. I also think that Emily was doing the same thing. I think that Emily is always talking to multiple people at the same time. So it wouldn't surprise me if, like, the whole relationship, Emily was also talking to other people. Because that seems to be Emily's thing. That's what happened during the relationship that she had with Megan too. So if anybody thinks that these two were monogamous with one another, I'm not really buying that.
We were actually dating. She was messaging some weirdo on WhatsApp called Emma. Don't know fully what that was about. I still don't get it. And she's not honest about anything. She also messaged this girl that she hooked up with in Tennessee literally a week before we got together behind my back.
Because when you don't value someone and they don't really mean a lot to you, you're not going to be faithful to them. I don't think that Amberlynn means much to Emily. I think that the only thing that really Amberlynn ever meant to Emily was just to fulfill some kink. So why would she stay faithful and monogamous to someone that she views as a plaything?
I ended up calling her and everything.
You'll notice, of course, in her live, Amber gives no context. She just says, I ended up calling her. Well, according to Emily, there was some, can't remember what it was now, some natural disaster of some sort in Tennessee. And so Emily texted this friend and was like, hope you're okay, hope your family are okay. The two of them had slept together in the past, so they had a history of having a relationship. Apparently, Amber saw this in Emily's phone, got really, really angry and called Emily's Tennessee friend and threatened her and said, do not ever speak to Emily again, and then blocked her on Emily's phone.
That's crazy. That is crazy. And Amberlynn so would be the type of person to do that. To like walk in a room and catch their partner in bed with someone else and then attack the someone else. You know what I mean? It's like, no, how about you address your cheating partner, not the someone else, you know? It's like that girl may have not even known that Emily was in a relationship. Don't you be talking to my girlfriend. This is your one and only warning. Amberlynn would be so that type of person to go after the other woman.
This is hearsay, but it's kind of not, actually, because Amber said she spoke to her as well. So Emily's just providing the context of that conversation. I just thought I'd tell you that, but also notice as well, the Tennessee friend story in this video comes directly after the kicking thing. So everyone was laughing at Amber in the chat and saying, what the hell, it's been 10 minutes, why can't you talk about the kick? Amber gives that one little sentence where she describes the kick, and then she immediately thereafter starts talking about the Tennessee friend. Now, I think that this attempt to accuse Emily of cheating was a deflection to distract from the kick and the fact that it had been a very embarrassing 10 minutes for Amber there. So that's the cheating texts and the cunt FaceTime sleep.
Why is she reading her partner's phone? If you ever feel the need that you need to read your partner's phone, I would say that you guys probably aren't in a good place. And they did that from the very beginning. Amber and her like fought over the phone and stuff, and like went through Emily's YouTube history and found that Emily was watching a bunch of reaction channels, and like Emily turned her phone off and was like, no, like you're not. But I mean, like, this isn't really scandalous to me. This isn't really tea to me. Like, oh, Emily was talking to other girls. Like, water is wet, the sky is blue. I don't think that monogamy was involved on Emily's side. I think that it was more likely that Amberlynn was being monogamous than Emily was. Because Emily viewed the relationship as just like, like for fun. It's like a game. Amberlynn viewed it as, I want to grow old with you and I want to look into your eyes and I want to be skin to skin. They didn't view it the same way.
Sleeping texts and a little bit of the Rarity story covered, but it ain't over yet. Let's get now into some of these longer screenshot threads. Now, these help a lot to give context and clear up more instances of Amber calling Emily an evil cunt. I mean, Emily calling Amber.
She tried to get with Spanx. Yeah, I remember Spanx. Yeah. I actually tried talking to Spanx, but she wasn't interested. She wasn't interested in like anything to do with YouTube. So We never got to hear directly from Spanx, but I mean, that's just like one person. That's just one person that we knew of that Emily DM'd. I mean, think about all the people we didn't know. And the only reason we knew about Spanx was because she had commented on like a TikTok or something and was like, oh, I know this girl. She was trying to hit me up literally a week ago. Brianna, thank you. Did you watch the Ankles 6-hour video? I didn't. Coco, thank you. I got the fried shrimp labubu. Oh, the little figurine? Did you get the earphone case or the figurine? Fried shrimp. That sounds like the figurine. That's awesome, Coco. Gay Frog, hello. Cleaning while I listen. You happy now? Yeah, you're being productive. I am happy now. Why don't you exercise afterwards, too? Nick Jonas's Diabetes, thank you for your membership. I'm a shorty for life. Native Americans for Jordy. Migwek, thank you, Ojibwe. For 1 month, you make my nights better. I followed you back on Twitter, Nick Jonas. Thank you so much for your membership. I appreciate that. Merc, hi. Date night, but until it's time to go, I am sat. Love ya. Oh, have fun on your date. Oh my God. I hope it goes well. Weren't you telling us about that a few days ago? I hope it goes well, hon. Wisconsin's used washcloths. Thank you. About to body slam some wings at Buffalo Wild Wings before I spam call my mom. Honey barbecue sauce heart hands. I actually had wings for dinner myself. I hope that, you know what? Why not 40? Why don't you get a catering order?
An evil cunt. Again, I'm not excusing verbal abuse. If you're dating somebody who calls you a cunt, it's time to break up. So I've shown you a couple of screenshots earlier in these videos, the green ones, and those were to give you context about the FaceTime, but it's in this conversation in which we get the context for Emily calling Amber an evil cunt.
Do not talking to me ever again, you evil cunt. There it is right there.
So let's get into that. This conversation covers screenshots green 1 through 18. Emily claims that she and Amber were on the phone. Emily had worked a 70-hour work week and she just had the FaceTime there, but she was tired. She didn't have much to say. So they were just sitting on FaceTime and Emily was giving short answers. And then she had Amber on her ass constantly wanting to talk to her. So she claims that she was giving short answers because she was frankly just sick of Amber's shit. Let's have a flick through these screenshots now. So it's June the 10th. It's 4:52 p.m. Emily's got back from work and she's just hung up on Amber.
This is hysterical, actually. Not dealing with your rude ass today.
Because she's sick of Amber shouting at her and being rude to her. She claims because she wasn't saying much, she wasn't being very communicative on FaceTime. The FaceTime call, which Amber is still insisting that they are constantly on. Emily says, not dealing with your rude ass today. Amber says, I wasn't rude at all. You weren't talking to me, so I was trying to make conversation. Emily says, rude AF actually. You weren't saying shit or trying to have a conversation either, then blame it on me. Fuck that. Amber says, I asked you like 10 questions, but you kept answering with one word and having an attitude. Fine.
Well, Amberlynn, doesn't this communicate to you that this person probably doesn't want to talk to you? I mean, if you're having a conversation, like, isn't this just common sense? It really, isn't this common sense? If you're having a conversation with someone and they're giving you one-word answers and they're coming off as very cold, wouldn't it be in your best interest to no longer speak to that person? Amber is so clingy. It's suffocating. It's suffocating. I really don't think I mean, you know, we kind of talked about this yesterday. Most people don't like clingy. Most people don't like to be chased and suffocated the way that Amber chases and suffocates. Emily just did straight up not like her. I mean, why not put all this energy into finding a girlfriend that actually does like to FaceTime you and actually does like to talk to you and, you know, doesn't give you one-word answers or give you attitude? Or, I don't know, but I'm just thinking out loud here. Why not put all of this energy and effort into improving yourself? But, you know, that's probably too outlandish of a theory. So, but I just don't know why Amberlynn would want to pursue someone that treats her like shit like this. You'd rather scroll on your phone, so have fun with that. Have a good day. Bye. Yeah, it does sound like she would rather just scroll on her phone and doesn't want to FaceTime with you. So, I don't know. This is just so straightforward to me. I don't know why she needs to make this so complicated. Yeah, DV shaming. Yeah. How dare you ask why I would ever want to stay? Are you equating this to all women who stay in those kind of situations? Is that what you're doing? Yeah. So dumb. Because she's desperate. Doesn't even want to wake up if she can't talk to Emily. Ugh, God. I mean, but like there's like there are better, healthier ways to fix desperation. This is not the way. These texts, this is not the way to fix desperation. This makes it worse. She has nothing to offer anyone. I mean, personally, I don't think that Amberlynn should be prioritizing a relationship right now. But, I mean, like, if that's really what she wants, I mean, why at the bare minimum doesn't she try to go after someone that doesn't treat her like shit? I don't know. But, you know, I guess that there's also a different way of looking at this. You know, I could sit here and I could say, oh, Emily treats her like shit and everything. But, I mean, to be constantly called and texted and, you know, told, you know, if you don't call me back, I'm going to go live and spill everything. Like, to be constantly harassed, it basically is harassment. I mean, to be constantly harassed like this, I probably wouldn't be all that kind to Amber either. Crocus, thank you so much. 2 protests this morning, now catching your stream. Thanks for the content while I rest my voice. Thank you so much, Crocus. I appreciate that. Hey, hey. It was a beautiful day today. A beautiful day for a protest. We had 5 gifted memberships come in from Red Wolfos. Thank you so much, Red Wolf. I really appreciate that. If there was a full moon here, I would howl for you. Let's get some wolf emojis in the chat. Thank you, Red Wolf. Lobotomy, hey there. I got a... oh, wait, Lobotomy, by the way. Oh, my God. I forget where you sent it to me, but I did see the picture of, like, that, like, spike thing that they use to, like, crack people's heads open and give them lobotomies. I forget where you DM'd that to me, but I did see it. I got a freaking concussion because of the circumstances. My therapist wants me to see her twice a week. Hee, I'm normal. Oh my God. Lobotomy got a concussion. That is not funny. I hope that you heal well, hon. Lucid, hi. Stained Glass came up yesterday, and I came here to say that I make it too. My Adventure Time piece is my favorite. Oh my God! An Adventure Time Stained Glass. I love Adventure Time. Thank you so much, Lucid Lullabies. I appreciate you having such a unique hobby. Jalen, hi. It's almost my half birthday, so take some money to get you through until April. All right, I'll be waiting. Mid-April, I'll be calling on you. Thank you, Jalen. Casper, thank you for the gifted membership. Nice to see you tonight.
Finally, you asked how I slept. You'd rather scroll on your phone, so have fun with that. Have a good day, bye. Emily puts no open-ended questions, and the way you were asking them, you had an attitude in your voice. You've been miserable to be around, and you're taking it out on me. You always do this, and it always leads to a huge fight. Then you're good to be around for like 3 days, and it slowly comes back to this. I'm over it. And this is fascinating, because this is exactly what Amber claims Emily would do. But here is Emily claiming that Amber does it, as in being nice for a little while and then going back to how they were before. If this is the case, it would not be the first instance of Amber claiming that somebody else is doing the thing that she herself is doing. Amber says, I've been miserable to be around.
Yeah, this is a consistency in all of Amberlynn's relationships. When the girlfriend fights back and they stand up for themselves, Amber's like, okay, all right, I'll be better. No. Like, don't be mad. Like, you know, like things will get better. I'll get better. I'll go to therapy. I'll start to lose weight. I'll be a better girlfriend. We'll be really happy. We're not going to have any bad days from now on. And then 3 days later, she goes back to her old ways. Yeah, I mean, this is something that we've heard in every relationship. Things would get better a little bit, and then she would slide back into degeneracy.
You literally just told me last night that my Zoloft is working. You can never make your mind up about your opinions on me.
This makes no sense. I'm miserable to be around. You told me that my Zoloft is working. Okay, that still could make you miserable. Antidepressants don't fix everything. You told me my Zoloft was working. You can never make up your mind about me. Okay. Again, Amber. Again, you're talking to someone who is, in your opinion, very wishy-washy. Treats you like shit. Short with you. Good today, bad tomorrow. I mean, why continue to talk to this person then? And don't use that like, oh, you shaming me. That excuse doesn't work. That doesn't work here.
You think so much in black and white, Emily. Crazy. All I was doing was laying here tired, trying to have a conversation with you, but you were being rude. I didn't do shit, and I'm not going to argue with you. You always get grumpy, and I have to deal with it, but I'm not dealing with it. I'm done arguing and done responding.
Like, continues to text. They're both like that though. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. You know what? We're over. I'm done. And then they continue to text.
Emily puts, on top of all the other bullshit and backlash I get for being with you, then you're shitty to me on top of that. Yeah, not gonna happen. Now, these messages don't sound like Emily being that rude to Amber. What it sounds like to me is somebody who is sick of this person's shit. That's how that reads to me. And I understand being short, being snappy with somebody who constantly wants you on FaceTime. Like, can you imagine you get home from work and this person...
This is actually a really funny message. On top of all the other bullshit I get for being with you, I have these bitch ass reaction channels breathing down my neck. I have people calling my boss at work. I have people talking about me on multiple forums. I have to deal with all of this shit. And then on top of that, you're a bitch to me? Yeah, not gonna happen. But, like, also, Emily, like, you like it, though. You like it. You do like the mud. You do like the chaos of it. Lucy, hey. Because I'm sure I'll be poor by my birthday on Halloween. I'm sending in my dues now. Love you, Jord. Oh my god, your birthday's on Halloween. I'm so jealous of that. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you so much, Lucy. I appreciate that. Let's get some pumpkins in the chat for Lucy's Halloween birthday. Snackosaurus Reed, hello. It's the 24-hour run girl from last stream. You're 24 hours in a mine shaft? Oh my god, what? I'm registered? Oh, yeah. I'm registered to run 24 hours in a mine shaft. Bro, what is going on? I hope that you... Okay, you're taking a lot of breaks, though? Alright, just... That sounds dangerous, though. I still don't know if you should do that. Think about it. Lady, hey. I was gonna ask you if you've heard of the genius stuff, but someone beat me to it. Oh, didn't get to the tea quick enough, Lady Razzie. Thank you so much for that, regardless. Amber's Talking Scale. Hello, it's ready. Thank you so much, Amber's Talking Scale. Appreciate that. Alongside the pumpkins, let's get some scale emojis. Thank you so much. We're up to 20 gifted memberships, y'all. Thank you. Agatha Christine, thank you. Brazil says, hey, hi, Brazil. Come to Brazil.
Just wants you on FaceTime. That would be too much. It sounds like Emily's really sick of it and she's pushing back here. Amber says, I wasn't shitty at all. All you ever do is sit on your phone. It's like I don't even exist. Amber says, I wasn't grumpy until you started yelling at me for watching TikTok. Fuck you and your gaslighting, bro. So that's the clearest we...
This is like two 16-year-olds yelling at each other. It's crazy to think that these people are in their 30s. I mean, people in their 30s texting each other, fuck you for your gaslighting, bro.
See into what happened before. This is what Emily said to me, that Amber was mad at her for being on TikTok while they were on FaceTime. But here you can see Emily saying it to Amber as well. Amber says, I was asking how you slept, what you did today.
All you do is play on your phone. All you do is scroll TikTok. Why don't you talk to me? Well, Amber, like, kind of like Emily said recently, like, Amber, you don't have a life. Like, you don't have anything to talk about. I mean, there's only so much you can say about, like, Torrid and DoorDash, like, Amberlynn having some sort of life would help her because, I mean, just sitting around on FaceTime all the time, just playing on TikTok with nothing to say, like, that gets boring quick. I mean, kind of adds to the whole, like, Amber really doesn't bring anything to the relationship argument.
and it was just like I was bothering you or something. Ha ha ha, I didn't yell at you, bye. I don't know. I don't know if she actually yelled for sure. Emily says she did. I don't know. Then Emily says, how are you not embarrassed that you treat people this way? Amber doesn't respond to that. Interesting. She says, bye, Emily. Says the person that ruins every relationship they're in by being selfish. Amber says, asking you questions to try and spark a conversation is selfish. Emily says, no, they're yelling at me for being on TikTok because I was just waking up. Don't gaslight. Now, I don't know who is for sure gaslighting who, but what I do know is in the other messages I've seen, Amber is the one with the arm marks. Amber is the one who gaslights Emily. So it's difficult for me to not look at these messages and think, somebody's gaslighting somebody. Who's it going to be? Probably the person who was gaslighting last time. Maybe not. I don't know. But again, Emily's very clear.
The thing about this text message back here, I was trying to make a conversation, asking what you did, I'd imagine this is like Emily's daughter, asking about your daughter. And it was like I was bothering you. But like the problem with this, Amberlynn, is like you weren't really trying to start a conversation. You were trying to get her to make conversation. Are you guys following me on this? How did you sleep? What did you do today? How is your daughter doing? Like, Emily has a life and you're trying to get her to talk about her life. Why don't you have a life and why don't you ever have anything to talk about? If you want to make conversation, then, have something to talk about. Or just fishing for information. Oh, yeah, that too. She could just be fishing for information to somehow use it against her.
Probably the Amber tries to twist it and says, what, asking you questions to spark a conversation is selfish? That's not what Emily's saying, and Emily doubles down. No, yelling at me for being on TikTok because I was just waking up. Don't gaslight. And Amber says, that's all you ever do. I'm not happy. We never connect anymore. But she's
when did you ever connect? What, when you were skin to skin? That was the only time that you guys ever connected. I'm not happy. Okay, well then stop talking to her. But it's a soft, gentle love, and like it's not bad all the time. This is really dumb.
Ignoring the point. Emily's trying to say, stop fucking shouting at me and starting on me. And Amber goes, I'm not happy, we never connect. What about the fact that you shouted at this person? And Emily shows an interesting insight into her mind.
Amber's annoying. Amber's very annoying.
At the time, she says, I'm literally so over being treated like this and you saying stupid shit like you're
big into energy vampire. I hate you. Energy vampire. Yeah. Like trying to take someone else's life force. Honestly, that's really what it is. Skin to skin. They have nothing in common except for feeding. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I would have kicked her out after a week of this bullshit. I mean, like, this is why I constantly say, if Amberlynn's going to make a relationship work, actually function, she's going to have to find a doormat. That is the only type of person that Amber could have a relationship with. Because who else is going to put up with all of Amber's stupid shit, her harassment, her annoying personality, her clinginess, on top of how high maintenance and needy she is as a person? Who is going to put up with all of that? A yes woman, a doormat, someone that she can bulldoze. That's the only type of person. She thought that she found that in Beck, but then, Beck stood up for themselves, so that didn't work. They want attention too. It's constant. It's constant. Amber's like a newborn baby. Amber needs a clingy, jobless partner. Siberian, thank you. Amberlynn cured my depression. I genuinely, literally can be having an awful day, but I perk up as soon as I remember I'm not her. Well, at least I'm not Amberlynn. Brianna, thank you. I'm so glad you're on while I drink and clean the house. I'm getting anxious trying to keep up with everything. Tip my hat to you, sir, on how much work you've been doing for us. Work? We're just hanging out, having fun. Thank you so much, Brianna Rose. I really appreciate you modding as well. Thank you for sending that in. Get that house clean, girl.
innocent when you literally started the fight. Amber doesn't respond to that. She just says, we sit on FaceTime for hours and don't say a single word. There's more proof of the FaceTime stuff. And all I can say is, fuck that.
Damn, sorry I have a job in life and you sleep all day. Remember when Amber tried telling us that she sleeps like 6 hours a day? I would say that Amberlynn probably sleeps upwards to 12 to 15 hours a day. If I had to guess, I think that she sleeps probably close to, 12, 13, 14 hours a day. Uh-huh. Like, because I mean, if Amberlynn were only sleeping 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, like a normal adult, what would she be doing with all 16 other hours of the day? Really, what would she do? I mean, all she does is sit on her phone, play in bed, sit on the couch, answer the door to get DoorDash.
Sitting on FaceTime with someone when you don't.
I think that Amberlynn severely underestimates or tells lies, basically. That's the word I was looking for. I think that she lies about how much she sleeps. I think she sleeps a lot.
Don't have anything to say, sounds so weird and boring. And Emily says, okay, then find someone who does make you happy. Sorry, I have a job and a life and you sleep all damn day. Amber says, I wanted to buy that couple cards game so we can connect, but nope, you won't even do that with me. You having a job and my sleeping schedule has nothing to do with how we spend our time on FaceTime. Except that it kind of does, because if Emily's really tired and she's just worked a full shift and she's shattered and doesn't want to sit on FaceTime and try and pull up a conversation with you, you should respect that. People need their own time, but Amber doesn't know how to respect other people's privacy and time and space. She thinks that somebody wanting alone time is an insult.
I wanted to buy a Cars game. What?
To her. She thinks she is owed.
Oh, but you won't even do that with me. Yeah, because she doesn't like you, Amber. I don't know how many times this person needs to, kind of communicate to you that they don't want to spend time with you. They don't like you. It is. I mean, I keep asking myself, like, well, then why doesn't she just, talk to somebody else? It is. It's desperation. That's all that this is. I mean, constantly harassing someone to try to get them to like you. That's exhausting. A card game. Okay. Kelsey, thank you for 3 months. Down 150 pounds since discovering Amberlynn Reed. Holy shit, Kelsey. Congratulations. Jojo, hi. You're at a Halloween party? Oh my god, what did you dress up as, Jojo? Have fun at your Halloween party. Purple Turtle, hello. Thank you for the money. And how come you pushed me? Absolutely. Let's get some tortoises in the chat for Purple Turtle. Happy Saturday, Purple Turtle. Ashley, happy birthday to you too. Alongside turtles, let's get some balloons. Thank you so much for that. Happy birthday, Ash. She literally says she hates you, desperate. But I don't know. I mean, do we think that Emily kind of likes Amber chasing her like this? Does she like it when Amberlynn kind of crashes out over text message like this? She has to. In some, she likes being chased. She likes it. I think she likes fighting with Amber.
Her partner's time. Insert the clip here of her saying she was controlling with Beck's time.
I'm not perfect. Beck wasn't perfect. Like, I was super controlling of their time, of like their energy. I always wanted them near me. Like,
yeah. So like literally the exact same thing from this season. And I mean, she and Beck have been broken up now for what, like over 4 years. And now here she is 4 years later and she hasn't learned a damn thing.
Always. Like, it was crazy. I'm able to admit that, and I'm sorry for that, and that's wrong.
And how long ago was that? And here she is doing it again? Do we think she's learned her lesson? I think the fuck not. Amber's just playing the victim. You give your energy to everyone but me. We don't do dates. You won't even spend a penny on me. Nothing. Now this is where it takes a big turn. Amber says, you won't even spend a penny on me, okay? This is our
Oh my god. You give your energy to everyone but me. She sits on FaceTime all the time with you. I mean, there's only so much that you can do in a long distance relationship. I mean, what do you want this person to do? Like, be attached to their phone 24 hours a day and always be talking to you on FaceTime? We don't do dates. Well, it doesn't really help that you guys live across the country. I don't really know how you're going to date over FaceTime. You won't spend a penny on me. Well, Amberlynn, why do you need somebody to be spending money on you? You make a living on YouTube. Why do you need somebody else to be doing that for you? I mean, also, I don't know if you guys remember this, but during the time when she hung out with Alexis and Alexis's girlfriend at the time and Emily, when they all went to like the casino or whatever, Alexis told us multiple times that Amberlynn never picked up the tab. She never paid for dinner. She never paid for any of the drinks. She never did anything. Amberlynn's cheap. She's really cheap. So I think that it's kind of hysterical that Amberlynn is now texting someone whose house that she lived at rent-free for like, what, 3 or 4 months? 3 or 4 months. She didn't, give her any money, nothing toward bills. You won't spend a penny on me. And I'd imagine that all those times when Emily was in bed, saying like, oh, why not a 40-piece? I'd imagine that Emily was paying for a lot of that food. Have you guys ever used DoorDash? Have you guys ever gone out to eat? I mean, shit. Like, it's not cheap. I would imagine, it's like the whole feederism thing. Like, it's not a cheap hobby. Doesn't even feel like a relationship anymore. We don't even converse. Okay. Well, then find a relationship where you do converse. I don't know.
After the Billie Eilish trip. So just keep that in mind. Amber says, doesn't even feel like we're in a relationship anymore. We don't even converse. Bearing in mind, yeah, these are 2 adults. This is June of 2025. They haven't seen each other in over 3 months. I think the last time they saw each other was the January. That's like 4 or 5 months that they haven't actually even been in the same room. So Amber saying, I feel like we're not in a relationship. I mean, you are, but I don't know, how much of a relationship is it when all you do is fucking sit in silence on FaceTime and don't converse with each other, and the person only does it because you get angry with them if they don't call you? Emily says, because I'm in debt and broke because you gave me $10 so I could order pancakes one time means I need to spend money on you. If that's the case, I'll keep a running tab. So far, you're hundreds behind for the Billy tickets. Fuck you. Now, I do think it's a little bit weird here to throw a gift back in some
You gave me 10. Well, I mean, also, like, another thing is, like, so what? Wait, this was June? This was June? When did Rachel tell me? When was that? Rachel. TikTok app. Okay, she and I haven't talked since, like, last December. So, I mean, at one point, Emily lost her job. I don't know if it was because of attendance issues or because, like, people were calling Emily's work or whatever, but Emily lost her job at one point. So, her saying that she's broke right here, I mean, I don't know how Amberlynn is expecting her to buy her presents and shit when, she didn't have a job. And then I don't know. If we're gonna have a running tab, you're behind on the Billy tickets. Quinn, hi, listening to this while playing my video games. Good thing I'm a 26-year-old child. Legion Remix heart hands to ya. I keep trying to do that, but I don't know. I just like can't get into it. I was actually going to give this, like, new game a try that, like, my one friend was playing. It's called Fellowship, I think. I don't know. Has any of you played it? I don't know. I've heard it's, like, fun and cool and new. But anyway, thank you so much, Quinn. I appreciate that. Enjoy your childish video games.
Somebody's face, but I will say that it sounds like Emily's kind of justified in that. The previous messages, Amber said, "You never spend a penny on me." And Emily's saying, "Well, I have some financial trouble, and I actually did spend a lot of money on you when we went to see Billie Eilish. Remember
Oh yeah, I highly doubt that Amberlynn helped with gas money either.
that? Imagine spending hundreds of dollars on somebody, and not only that, but doing all kinds of other things like driving them across the country because they can't get home because they can't fly. And then that ungrateful piece of shit says you never do anything for me. I think that's crazy. I understand Emily saying fuck you here. I do. Amber says, "When did you say no? You broke up with me when I sent you the link telling you I wanted to play it so we can reconnect." That's about the card game. I'm not sure what to say about that really. And Amber goes, $10? I can send you a screenshot of what I've sent you. You're so unappreciative. And Emily drags.
How much? Yeah, I want to see it. How much money have you sent her? I literally worked 70 hours this week, and now you're treating me like shit because of it. You spend money all the time. Stop gaslighting me. Well, she's allowed to. What? You spend money all the time? Okay, if either of them use the word gaslighting one more time in these text messages, I'm gonna, I don't know, turn into a pile of goo. I'm so tired of that. You spend money all the time. Okay, well, you can buy scratchers and you can buy cigarettes, but why won't you buy me? Like, what do you want, Amber? Like, I mean, like, realistically, like, what does Amberlynn want that she couldn't buy herself? This is weird to me. You don't buy me stuff?
The message from previous, so the one where Amber says it doesn't even feel like we're in a relationship anymore, we don't converse. Emily drags that message and says, "I literally worked 70 hours this week, and now you're treating me like shit because of it." And Amber says, "You spend money all the time, stop gaslighting me." Emily says, "If your ass didn't have a fucked up sleeping schedule, there would be less of a problem." And then Amber says, "I'm treating you like this because you hung up on me yet again, all because I was trying to have a conversation with you." Now that, I think, is some great...
I think that it's ridiculous that Amberlynn would monopolize someone's time and be so entitled to someone else's time like this. I mean, Emily has a job, she has a child, she has a life, she has obligations, she has things to do. If she doesn't want to be, you know what? And like, that's not even the point. Like, regardless of all of that, sometimes people just don't want to talk on the phone. Sometimes people don't want to text. Sometimes people just don't want to interact with other humans. So Amberlynn, entitled to all of this time. This is crazy. Why are you entitled to all this time? Oh, you hung up on me just because I was trying to have a conversation with you. AKA, oh, I was harassing you and you didn't like it. I have a problem with that. Amber's so weird. It's really weird. It's really, really, really weird. Mark, thank you. I think that Rachel can be disgusted with Emily for being a feeder while also having sympathy for the abuse that was dealt by Amber. Sure, but I also don't feel bad for Emily. Like, this whole I mean, I think that that's kind of like getting blown out of proportion by the community, by some people. Like, this whole let's feel sorry for Emily thing. Like, I don't think that that's really what's happening personally. And I really don't think that Emily deserves any sympathy, because I think that she wanted to get into this. I think that she wanted to play around in the mud. I think that she likes the mind games. I think that she likes the toxicity. I think that she likes the drama. So I don't know, but this whole kumbaya, let's all, get behind Emily and support her. I don't think that that's really a thing. It's more so us wanting to call Amber's behavior out. Yeah, it's just in a traditional situation, like if we were to be viewing this, it was kind of we, in return of all of Amber's bad behavior and other ways that she treated somebody, in any other scenario, we would feel bad for someone that had to be on the receiving end of it. But the way that I am having to view this is, it's an objective point of view, because I really don't like either party. So whatever happens to either of them, it's kind of Okay, I don't really have feelings toward this. It's a unique situation because they're both shit. Whereas in other situations, when, you know, for example, we have taken a look at Beck, I think that it was more of the community saying, oh, poor Beck. Oh, you know, oh, that's so terrible to do to Beck. Oh, like there was more sympathy for Beck. But in this situation, it's just, it's a different kind of context. Uh, Piper, thank you. I hope you have someone in your life that makes you laugh like you make us laugh. You didn't recognize your own slogan the other night. Had I known this, I wouldn't have come. No, I did. When you said that the other night, I recognized that. I wouldn't say that's my slogan. um, Thank you so much, Piper. Brownie, hello. Rachel is pretty. Amber wipes on a sink corner. Zing.
Grade A fucking gaslighting. Because if you actually look at that message as a whole, Amber admits that she's treating Emily badly. She says, I'm treating you like this because of what you did. But the thing that Emily did was hang up on Amber. If you don't want to talk to somebody, you're allowed to hang up on them. It's a little bit rude. You can.
People keep harping on Rachel for talking to Emily. Do you guys want the BPD video for Christmas or not? I think that if there is going to be a BPD meltdown or something similar to it, I think that the most likely quick way of our community being able to see something like that would be through someone that has a cordial relationship with Emily. I sure as shit don't. Snowflake doesn't talk to her. I don't think that. I honestly, like, I think that she's our best bet. I do. I think that she's our best bet. So, I mean, you know, it's kind of like just like the entertainment value. And it's like, you know, I mean, you know, you can say what you want about anybody online, but like, you know, come on, like, do it for the plot. Do it for the plot. If Emily really has sought legal counsel, she would never release that video. The thing about that, though, is like, how are you going to prove that it was Emily? You know what I mean? Because, like, I can understand, like, you know, certain cases with, like, revenge porn, but, like, if it's just, like, a humiliating video that makes her look silly, like, how are you going to prove that Emily was the one that leaked it, you know? It's problematic to entertain her, but let's see. But, like, we're a drama community, you know what I mean? You know, I think, like, to a certain degree in our community, you need to understand that, like, we're not saints. We're all in the mud. We're all getting a little bit dirty. We're all a little bit shitty. You know, none of us have our hands clean. None of us have our hands clean. So yeah, it is problematic to do certain things, but I think for, like, the context of being able to provide entertainment on YouTube in a drama community, you're sometimes going to need to do some things that are a little bit like, girl. I don't know. That's how I see it anyway. Girl World is tame. I think in comparison to some other things that go on the internet, I think that we are tame. I think that the fact that people are even calling ethics and morals into consideration says something about us. You know, it's like there are lines that shouldn't be crossed. Like the fact that we still have a shred of a conscience, I think that does say something about Girl World. You know, I mean, again, we're not saints. We're not saints. But, you know, could be worse. Bag of matcha. Hey there. Not for you. This is for the Labubus. Okay. I'll let them know. Oh, someone asked if we have a guest host tonight. Yes, Duo is back again. Hello, everyone. Duo is helping out. Jorce Moon, thank you so much for your Prime membership. Welcome. Patron Saint of Art History, thank you. A while back, I made a Jord Boo Boo. I was wondering how you like it and if you have a P.O. box. Oh, you mean that thing that you painted? Wait, I do want that. Yes, I would love to have that, actually. DM me. You can just send it to, like, I don't have a P.O. box, but, like, you can just, like, send it to me. Lauren, thank you for your membership.
Asked to end the conversation, that's more polite, although I imagine she probably said bye. I don't know if she just randomly hung up on her, but it's clear that Amber is like a middle schooler and she thinks that being hung up on or being called a name is the worst thing anybody could ever do to her, apart from kicking her, of course, which she lies about easily. And then Amber says, because I was just trying to have a conversation with you. But Emily makes it very clear the problem isn't that she was trying to have a conversation with her, the problem was that she shouted at her down the phone. And Amber's very offended, of course, and she says, this has nothing to do with my sleep schedule. And Emily says, that's not gaslighting, and yes, I spend money to live. Emily never said she doesn't spend money, she just says she doesn't have money for bullshit. And then Emily says, you spend hundreds of dollars on Lego and bingo and stupid ugly crappy dolls, and you're gonna lecture me on buying scratcher tickets.
Wait, what is this about? You spend hundreds of dollars on Legos, bingo, and stupid, ugly, crappy dolls? Am I, like, not remembering something? Did Amberlynn do, like, a haul of dolls or something? I mean, I remember that Amberlynn used to do, like, the fast food action figures. Do you remember the fast food action figures? I don't remember dolls, though. I thought that Amber bought dolls for Emily. I don't know. I mean, it sure as shit wasn't Labubu's. I would have remembered that. She didn't buy Labubu's. She bought a skull panda. Really? When? Why do I not remember this? I mean, you know, just personally, I think that skull pandas are stupid. You know, like, obviously, oh, you like Labubu's, though. Like, yeah, but, like, I just think they're ugly. Like, I do. I think that they're ugly. Dollhouse. Oh, the dollhouse. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. She got a fake skull panda. I think it's either Monday or Wednesday. This upcoming Monday or Wednesday, they're releasing a new skull panda, and it's like it looks like Wednesday Addams, and like everybody's like salivating over this thing. I mean, I don't like skull pandas, but like people in like the Pop Mart community, they're like all like, you know, wetting their panties over this thing. You got the Why So Serious Labubu? I did too, Amber, but it hasn't shipped yet. I'm still waiting for it to ship. It's supposed to ship within a few days. I love Twinkle. I love Twinkle. Oh. Allison, thank you. I was gifted a membership. I'm going through separation, and my kids are with their dad tonight. I'm missing them and appreciate the giggles. That is a very hard thing to go through. I am sorry to hear that, Allison. Everything gets better with time. It sounds like you guys are able to co-parent, and, you know, ultimately it's, you know, what's best for the kids. So I'm thinking of you, hon. Thank you so much for sending that in. I hope you have a okay rest of your night. We had a 10 gifted membership bundle come in from Miss KR. Thank you so much, KR. Really appreciate that, with your peace sign in your profile picture. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It looks like you have orange hair, so let's get some orange emojis in the chat for KR. Thank you so much, K. Did you buy the twinkle light? Okay, I bought the twinkle light. Yes, I did. I did. Because you know what? It went up in price. So I was like, well, shit. Like, what if it goes up in price again? So I did. I bought it. That fucking little lamp. Yes, I did. I bought it. It went up by $5. So I was like, well, What if it goes up again? So I got it. I know. But you know what? I'm excited. I am. You're really in your food figurine era. Twinkle's not food. Twinkle's not food. Lauren, thank you. Happy sweetest day, Jordy. Got a big girl job, so here's your share. Congratulations, Lauren, on getting a new job. Hey, looks like you got hired. Congratulations, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that wonderful news with us. Hey.
Heaven forbid I do something for myself for once. Fuck you. It's kind of nice seeing Amber, like, speak to somebody who doesn't just bow down and let her do whatever the fuck she wants. And people are saying they're as bad as each other and the abuse was both ways. This doesn't read like that. This reads like somebody is pushing back to Amber and won't let her carry out her bullshit, and Amber is then crying abuse. But I don't think that's what this is. And then Amber says, difference is I spend money on you, and then she sends screenshots of Venmo. Now this is super interesting. If you look at these screenshots of the Venmo, if you zoom in, you can see that on Mother's Day, Amber sent Emily $100. So look at these Venmos. They're very, very interesting. There's a few things to pick up on here. So the first thing is Amber is saying,
like, see, I mean, you know, eventually, like, in this conversation, if Amber were smart, she would take a few steps back and think, what am I going to, you know, it's really like, what are you trying to do here, Amber? Like, what do you think is going to be the outcome? Do you think that Emily's going to see your Venmo screenshots and think to herself, oh, she does give me money. Oh, she does show up financially. Okay, you know what? I love you, honey. We're never going to fight ever again. Like, does she think that that's what's going to be the outcome of this? You don't win. No one wins in this. I think it is. For people to act like this and have this kind of behavior, the only conclusion that's logical to me is that they enjoy fighting. They enjoy fighting because, yeah, exactly, Teardrop. What is the end game here? Oh, look, I proved my point more, so now you have to love me because I won the argument. That's not how this goes. This is so stupid.
Look how much money I've spent on you. If you add it up, it's $160 or something.
$160? That's how much the fucking twinkle lamp was. The difference is I spend money on you. Okay, well, weren't the Billy tickets like over $1,000? You gave someone $160. I mean, you know, in our day and age, that doesn't really go very far.
However, if you look closely, 100 of that.
To Amber, 160 is nothing. Yeah, to Amber, 160 is nothing. Emily was ungrateful for her birthday gift.
Was sent for Mother's Day, and if you look again, you can see Emily sent that money back. So 100 goes out and Emily sends 100 back. Emily claims, and this is what she told me, that she sent Amber that money back because she knew that Amber was going to hold it over her head. And she says the reason.
Yeah, Amber. Oh, yeah. That's like why you can't accept favors from Amber, because she'll hold it over your head. The same thing happened with Alexis. 2 years ago, around Christmas time, actually, Amberlynn sent Alexis $100 over Venmo because she couldn't afford gas money or something like that. And then Amber used that against her. Oh, well, do you remember when I gave you $100 because you couldn't afford gas to get to work? And then Alexa said, okay, well, that was a gift. That was like a Christmas thing that you gave me. And it's not like I was using that for cocktails and, you know, gambling. I used that for gas in my car so that I could get to work. I mean, to like hold that over someone's head, it's just, this is gross. Okay, so it was $160, but then she gave back $100. Okay, so now we're talking about $60. You paid Emily for, and then pancake emoji. Okay, so clearly some type of feeder shit's going on.
She knew this was because on Mother's Day, Amber sent Emily this $100, and then Amber got angry with Emily because Emily didn't send her any money back, claiming that it was.
Why is Amber so cheap? I think it's a scarcity thing. If I had to guess, I think it's a scarcity thing. Similarly to how Amberlynn has communicated to us why she feels the need to binge on food, it's because she thinks she has told us like in the past, like, well, I didn't grow up with any food. I didn't grow up with any money. So maybe it's like, you know, when she gets some money, it's like, you know, she wants to hoard it. I don't know if I had to guess. But also, maybe she's just cheap. Maybe she's just a, you know, selfish, greedy piece of shit. Actually, that's probably more likely. Toxic safe space, thank you. Abusers get away with it because they get away with it longer because people don't like the victim. Don't like the victim. I really don't know if either of them like each other. Oh, how fun, Fry! That's awesome. That's good. That one's green, right? Congrats. Haunting Journey. Hello. If Amber's always yelling and having BPD meltdowns, how hasn't she been kicked out for noise complaints if her walls are thin enough to hear people in the hallway coughing? Well, most of the yelling and BPD meltdowns that we talk about are from last year that happened in Emily's house. So obviously, no, you wouldn't be able to do that in an apartment complex all the time, but I don't think that that's the case because Emily visits, yeah, but it was never like a consistent thing. I also think that Amberlynn would be more likely to control herself in a situation like where other people couldn't hear her and see her. Because normally, like, abusive, shitty people, when, like, exposed to an audience, you know, they put on a nice face, like, you know, has anybody ever had, like, a shitty parent, but then as soon as they get around other people, it's like they're really nice to you? It's like putting on a show. I could see Amber putting on a show. Aunt Tammy says, does that look like a child that didn't have food? Oh. Yeah.
Mother's Day for Amber as well because she was a pet parent, and therefore Emily should have given Amber money too. And when Amber said this, Emily got really annoyed and was like, if you give me a gift.
You know what? We walk a very fine line when we laugh about things like that, because remember Amberlynn, I forget who said it. I actually think that she was yelling at Emily for it, but do you remember recently when Amber said, you made fun of me as a child? Remember retroactively making fun of Amberlynn as a child, and then she got mad about that? That was one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard. You're making fun of my past self from 25 years ago. What the fuck?
Give it freely or don't give it at all. So she sent her the $100 back, which you can see in the screenshots.
Jordy, go back. You missed something? Okay, my bad.
First sent Emily this $100, and then Amber got angry with Emily because Emily didn't send her any money back, claiming that it was Mother's Day for Amber as well because she was a pet parent, and therefore Emily should have given Amber money too. And when Amber said this, Emily got really annoyed and was like, if you give me a gift, give it freely or don't give it at all. So she sent her the $100.
Wow. Well, yeah, I Venmo'd you $100 for Mother's Day, but why didn't you Venmo me? Mother's Day isn't just about, you know, your own offspring. I'm a pet parent. You see all these piss-soaked pee pads all over my apartment? You're going to tell me that I'm not a mom? You see these cats' overgrown nails? You're going to tell me that I'm not a mom? You're not going to let me celebrate Mother's Day? Well, where's my Mother's Day gift? I'm a pet parent. Oh my God. Yeah, you never accept a gift from Amberlynn, because the second you do, it gets held over your head.
Back, which you can see in the screenshots. So these Venmos, which look like $160, are actually only $65 because 100 of it was a gift, which Amber was a dick about and Emily gave back. And if that is not a metaphor for what it's like to deal with Amberlynn Reid, I don't know what is. Amber says that was just in May. Emily says your sleeping schedule can be changed. You choose to sleep those hours. My job, however, cannot. Sorry, my job is more important than being on FaceTime. Sounds fair to me. Amber says, I asked you to send me a Lego that you won't do, and you said you don't have the money for it. Bullshit. I'm not going to wake up to just sit here while you're at work. Now that message is also extremely telling. Amber
That's like a really depressing way to view life. I'm not gonna wake up just to sit here and do nothing. Like, well, why does that have to be the extent of your day? Why, like, this is what I mean when I say that Amberlynn is extremely clingy and like harassing this person. I'm only going to wake up if it means that we can be on FaceTime together. I'm only going to wake up. I mean, like, what do you want me to do? You want me to like wake up and get out of bed and like do something with my life? Like, what the fuck are you saying? I'm not just gonna, you know, become conscious and like do things in real life. Like, what the fuck? This is very depressing when you think about it. That puts so much pressure on a partner. It does. It does. You know, and I would like to say that Emily likes having pressure on her, but not in this sense. This is insane. I mean, if this is truly how you live, if this is truly how you view life, Amber, I'm not just going to sit, you know, I'm just going to wake up to like just be conscious and not have FaceTime with you. Demanding a Lego is crazy. Amber is an NPC. She really is an NPC. Chinese buffet, thank you. Been lurking, but came back to see this all play out. Love you and this community. Thank you so much, Chinese buffet. Glad that you are back in the swing of things. Throwing a fit over not getting Legos. I know, 34 years old. 34 years old. You bitch, I wanted that Lego. It's crazy to think that there is, you know, somewhere else out there, someone 30 years younger than Amberlynn yelling at their mom for the same reason. What a weird, spoiled baby.
says, I'm not going to wake up just to sit here while you're at work. Now, Amber's at home, okay?
Remember when she would wait by the door for Destiny to get home from work? It is. She's like a dog. You know, like dogs like wait by the front door for you to get home. I don't know, Amber. People need space. You can't take up that much volume in someone's life. You can't be that entitled to someone else's time. That's suffocating. No one is gonna like that. Didn't Erica send her a Lego? Yeah. She got Erica Beats headphones and Erica got her a Lego.
She's not in Wisconsin. She's at home where her pets are, where her mum is, where she lives her normal life. This message reads to me like she thinks Emily is the only thing in her life. If Emily is at work, there is no point Amber waking up. You don't only wake up to talk to your partner. You should have a full life. You should take your dogs out. You should eat and cook and...
Yeah, I thought that Amberlynn's always saying, oh, my pets are the reason that I'm still even here. Oh, my pets mean the world to me. Yeah, like, why not get up to take Twinkie outside? Why not get up to walk Twinkie? Why not get up to, you know, interact with your pets that you say mean so much to you? I'm not just going to get up to sit here. Well, then that is so depressing. I'm only going to wake up and I'm only going to be conscious if you'll talk to me.
Work or whatever. The fact that Amber would say this sentence shows the unhealthy way her mind works. She thinks her partner is her entire life. It's only worth waking up if Emily is going to talk to her. Very interesting. Amber says this has nothing to do with my sleeping schedule. Emily says, are you kidding right now? Don't ever send me a single cent ever again. Now that's her response to Amber sending the money, because she says, This was just in May, and she sends her screenshots of the Venmo, which is crazy. I think that is her throwing.
She's absolutely useless and invades others' space. Yeah, that's a pretty good synopsis. Mark, thank you so much. Like the stream. If you guys wouldn't mind pressing the thumbs up button on the YouTube video, I would really appreciate it. And so would Merc. Thank you. Mouse, hi. There's been discourse online to clarify Jordy's marriage and children are normal. To say otherwise is harmful, not helpful. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Teardrop. And, you know, I will say, anybody saying otherwise about my marriage and or children, suing will entice.
Money in Emily's face, and it wasn't even that much money, and 100 of it got sent back anyway. This is just crazy. Amber says,
I think this really is. They just like fighting with each other. I mean, them fighting over $60. This is stupid. They like fighting. This is how they like, you know, show interest in one another. It's like if they're like screaming at each other. This is like Ron and Sam from season 1 of Jersey Shore.
I'm showing that you're a liar and unappreciative. Emily says, a liar? Are you fucking kidding me? Go to hell. I don't think that Amber has shown Emily's a liar. Technically, yes, because Emily says that Amber only gave her $10 for the pancakes and it was actually $35. So I suppose if that makes Emily a liar, then okay. And then Emily says, and this is why.
Oh, well, this is where it gets juicy. I'm going to reaction channels then.
This is relevant because this is the message that Amber cherry-picked to read out on her live. Emily says, do not talk to me ever again, you evil cunt. So that is the context of why Emily said that. That's the conversation that got to this point. It was Amber being a dick about being on FaceTime and then being a dick about money and throwing money in Emily's face, etc. That's why Emily says that. Now, you shouldn't...
What do Amberlynn and this girl have in common? Nothing. I mean, what does Amberlynn have in common with anyone? See, like that's like a really good point for Amber, because like normally you date people that you have things in common with, right? For Amberlynn to have something in common with someone, that person would also most likely be dysfunctional and awful too. So I don't think that putting two dysfunctional, awful people together is going to make a functional relationship. She has to work on herself. One wants to eat and the other wants to watch her eat. Dog, thank you so much. Red Wolf, hi. How do you listen to this video, make commentary, read the live chat, and keep up with donations? Just take your time. Kind of balance it the best that I can. I try not to read donations as much, like more than I watch the video or more than I talk. It's just, you know, it's kind of like a laid back atmosphere. You get used to it. Andy, hi there. Long-term hater, first-time super chatter, watching for midterms, college-educated heart hands for everyone in this great community. I hope, oh my God, that's crazy to think that college, yeah, it's about that time, isn't it? Wow, time flies. Good luck to you, Han. Thank you so much, Andy.
Call your partner an evil cunt. I wouldn't ever call my partner an evil cunt, but I can see why Emily may have been pushed to be this angry with Amber. The way she behaves is insufferable. Amber says, you said I sent you $10, I'm proving I didn't. Emily says, I'm going to reaction channels then. Now that's a little bit of a threat. That is a threat, and that was in June. So not that far after this, she did go to Mr. Snowflake, and that is a threat. So it's true that Emily did threaten Amber. At some point, Amber threatened Emily with ruining her entire life. But they're both threatening each other. We can't hide from that, it's true. Amber says, okay. Emily says, you're calling me a liar. You are beyond a shitty person, the fakest bitch I've ever met. Amber says, you just lied. Emily says, no, I didn't. Technically, she did lie in a sense because she said that it was $10 for the pancakes. Amber proved that it was $35. She's clearly lowballed what she said because she wants to make her point, which is that you've sent me basically no money. Why are you being a dick about it? Amber says, I called you a liar after you said fuck you over and over. Then you call me an evil cunt a fake bitch, like, are you joking me? Emily hasn't said fuck you over and over. She said it once, and that's because Amber threw her finances back in her face. Emily says you are. Amber says you'll never change. Emily says literally and genuinely the fakest person I know. Amber says what makes me fake? Emily says everything you do.
This is like lazy fighting at this point, you know? The paragraphs are getting smaller and smaller. The digs are getting less and less superficial, like more and more superficial. This is just lazy fighting. You'll never change. You're fake. What makes me fake? You're selfish. Just because I'm giving doesn't make me selfish. Like this is lazy.
Has selfish motives behind it. Now that message is very interesting, as I keep saying about lots of these, because that message shows that Venmo where Amber sent Emily that money and then Emily sent it back because Amber was a dick about the fact that Emily didn't give her any money on Mother's Day for being a pet parent. We all know how that turns out. Is it possible that Amber gave that money to Emily in order to get money back, which would be a selfish motive? And we've seen clips of Amber admitting
this seems like role play. It kind of does come off as role play, just because it does seem fake. Because I don't know who would be unironically engaging in this kind of conversation.
That she uses money to control people, or she has done in the past.
I'm that type of person where you guys have even seen it. You guys have seen it. You guys have called me out on my shit. I buy love, and I have gotten so much better with that, especially because like the last like 6 years of my life, 7 years of my life, 8 years actually. What am I saying? Like the last like 8 years of my life, like I have bought people.
Yeah, and I mean, really, that's the only thing. Well, if you can even think of it that way, that's the only thing that really Amberlynn has brought to the table in some of her other relationships. I mean, if you consider like the variables that Emily's interested, I mean, it's, you know, it's obviously like the super morbidly obese variable that she's interested in. But in terms of like anything else that Amber brings to the table, it's probably because she has an income. Because she ate everything that she brought to the table. Gus, thank you. Emily needs to release the audio of her screaming, because if some idiot wants to date Amber, there's a permanent record of who she is. Wow, there's a lot more documented than just that. Jess, thank you. She's not a girl's girl because she took someone's wife. Oh yeah, you're a girl, Amber. You're not to like make this about gender, but you're a girl. You should understand this. Girl code. Pigeon, hi there. Should Nick Jonas's diabetes and I drink the buzzball we've had in the fridge for weeks or no? I mean, they don't go bad, right? Yeah, why not? It's Saturday. Go wild. Shelly, thank you so much for your membership. Hello, Shelly Duvall.
With money, I have bought love, I have bought friendships, I have bought laughter, I have bought time with people because of money. That's how it's always been.
So that makes it very interesting when Amber says, just because I'm a giving person doesn't make me selfish, what the fuck? Emily says, no wonder nobody, including your family, doesn't want to be around you. You are not a giving person. Amber says, yes, I am. Emily says, okay. Now that's not a nice thing to say to somebody. Telling someone, oh, your family doesn't want to be around you is not very nice. The reason Emily is saying that is because she is being subject to this shitty treatment. Emily says, lol, you're proving me right, actually, that any time you give me any money, you throw it back in my face months later. Now that is also very interesting, because that is exactly what was said by Beck and Destiny. They both claimed that Amber absolutely throws money back in people's faces. There is proof that Amber...
I don't understand this part. You're proving me right that you just hold money over people's heads because you're miserable. I don't get that.
Amber uses gifts, birthday gifts, money to control people, to manipulate people, and to throw money back in their face. So how interesting. She goes, I've grown, I've changed, I'm so different. June was, 3 months ago? And here she is doing it again. Amber says, because you're miserable, I only showed you that because you said I sent $10, which is true. Emily did say that Amber only sent $10, but she still seems like she is throwing the money in Emily's face. Sending somebody screenshots of the Venmo that you sent them is a bit weird, and saying it's not like she said, Emily, the $10 thing wasn't accurate, here is proof of the $35. She said, all this money I've sent you was just in May. So she's making a point of, I send you money and you don't send me money. So she is throwing it in Emily's face, I think. Amber says, we talk for hours and hours on the nights you work. Well, we're on FaceTime for hours, not saying anything. So more proof of the FaceTime. This is the one I've already shown you, I think. And Emily says, because you insist on being on FaceTime when I need to get things done or take time for myself. Amber claims that she never insists on being on FaceTime. I think that's probably not true. And then you've seen this one already, but Emily says, we have nothing to talk about, you don't do anything. And then she digs her out and says, I have responsibilities and pets I actually take care of. So yeah, that is the whole conversation and all of the context according to Emily, and with lots of proof as to why Emily called Amber an also have another example. So the next thing we're going to look at here is this portion of Amber's live where Amber is reading from the journal, and she reads this section which was allegedly written on December the 9th at 7:40 p.m.
Oh God, December 9th.
Weapon! Thank you. Can we at least try Amber's thing? I've always wanted to be a man in a cult and a virgin again. Hope all the girls are having a good weekend. Love you, Jord. What? Try her thing? I don't understand. A virgin? What?
This is very surface level, but I would never have remembered this if it wasn't for this journal entry. So December 9th, I'm back home. 7:40 p.m. Everything was fine. She texted me this morning and called me, flirted with me, was nice. Things were fine. But then she took a 3-hour nap, woke up to Jordy finding an old video of her, and she then attacked me like crazy. Broke up with me, everything was awful. Telling me to fuck off, telling me the most awful things I've ever heard out of nowhere.
So you heard in that clip Amber claim that Emily went for her completely out of nowhere, and that this Geordie situation was nothing to do with Amber and totally not her fault. So let's get into those screenshots now. So it's December 9th and it's the beginning of the day, 6:51 a.m. And Amber has texted Emily to tell her there's something wrong with Wasabi and he's puking everywhere. Emily says, oh no, is he okay? No reply from Amber. She probably called Emily, I would imagine. Emily says, hey baby, did you sleep? Am I allowed to watch you without you here? So it sounds like she's being nice. I know people might say that sounds like, am I allowed to watch it? But that's like kind of normal, I think, anyway, in a relationship. If you're watching a show on Netflix together, you wouldn't watch it without the other person. It's like Netflix cheating. But then Amber puts this long message. I won't read the whole thing, but she just says that her bed is broken, basically, and that she's woken up in pain, super swollen, and that Wasabi's not doing very well. She's moaning about that. And then Emily says, how many times has he puked? How can a mattress bake, baby? I think you're just not used to your bed. Why are you swollen again? We can watch you if you want. I just ordered Arby's. Also, you see that message prior where Amber says to Emily that she thought they were going to watch you together on FaceTime. So there's more evidence of the FaceTime stuff, but that's, whatever. Then Amber says, 2 times from what I saw, but maybe more. That's the number of times Wasabi's been sick. I meant the bed frame thing might have broke because the mattress is like in it. It's hard to explain. I'm swollen because I've been eating a load of sodium and I've also been up walking more than what I did at your house. How did you sleep? So this is the day, by the way, this is really important, I forgot to say. This is the 9th of December. This is the day after Emily took Amber home. So Emily drove the whole way home, then she flew back, got home on the 8th, and this is the morning of the following day. Emily's really tired. She's just done this huge favour for Amber. So you can understand Emily might be feeling a bit sensitive, possibly. She's just done loads of travelling. And that's obviously why Amber's also talking about the bed, which is interesting because this might have been her first night sleeping in that bed again. That's why she mentions, I'm walking more here than I did at your house. And then Emily says, I didn't even know you had a bed frame. Interesting. Mattress on floor confirmed? Question mark. Amber says it might be a...
It might be a box spring. So I mean, if she ends up, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if she ends up getting mad about the, I know what she's talking about, like that old video of Emily where she looked like emo and she was like, hey guys, send in questions. I want to be Facebook famous or YouTube famous or whatever. It's crazy that I had all of those text messages between me and Rachel about Megan and Emily's relationship. We did multiple live streams about it. And this is the thing that she gets upset about. Some random old video of her when she was in high school.
Box spring. I don't know what she's talking about. Anyway, Emily says she slept okay, not great. Amber says, this is interesting, okay? Not that you need me to tell you that it's interesting. Amber says, I had a nightmare that you were hiding in the oven, texting other girls. What the fuck, LMAO. Emily says, how have you been walking more? The oven, what the fuck, babe, lol. Now, it's my theory that Amber didn't have this dream, and she said this because she wanted to start a conversation with Emily about the potential of Emily cheating. I think that Amber wanted Emily to be like, I would never do that, and stroke her ego or something. And then Amber says, because I have to do things around my apartment, take Twinkie out, go get Ubers, go smoke. Smoking confirmed again in June. Interesting. Go get packages, etc. Now, it's funny to me because when she was at Emily's house, didn't she have to let the dogs out? Emily claims that she never fucking did. So weird to me that all of a sudden she takes Twinkie out, but whatever. And then Emily says, maybe you have subconscious thoughts about wanting to put me in an oven, lol. And Amber replies, no, I'm worried about cheating and stuff. The oven is wild though, lol. And Emily says, you need to trust me. Now, I think that this is where this conversation takes a turn. So Amber claims in her video, the live that I showed, that she did absolutely nothing wrong and Emily just randomly turned on her, okay? But this is what actually happened. So Amber is making a comment that she's concerned about Emily cheating on her. And Emily says, in a way that I think is fair, you need to trust me. It's not fair. I'm always being accused of the worst when I'm not doing anything. Amber says, when's your food going to be there? Emily says, now. Amber says, you can watch the show without me. I don't feel like getting up and turning on my TV. I don't even think I'm signed into Netflix. So we know that Emily's food is about to come. Emily says, okay, ... Then Amber says, I'm calling. Why aren't you answering? And Emily says, I was getting my food. Now this here doesn't look like a lot, okay?
You can watch you without me. I don't feel like getting up and turning on my TV. Wow. Damn. I don't feel like getting up to turn on my TV.
Is about to come. Emily says, okay, ... Then Amber says, I'm calling. Why aren't you answering? And Emily says, I was getting my food. Now this here doesn't look like a lot, okay? Those little messages, I'm calling. Why aren't you answering? I was getting my food. Could be nothing. Seems like nothing. But when you take into account the fact that Emily has done everything for Amber that she's done that day, or that, those few days, taken her home, flown back, paid for the whole thing, more on that later. And yes, that was me edging you on the financial stuff. But it's like more proof that despite Emily doing all of this for Amber, Amber just feels that she is entitled to every second of Emily's time. And you'll see more of that in a little bit in this thread. There's a lot of things in this thread that I said
I own you. I own you. That is not the dynamic that's going on here, especially with a feeder. I think that the concept of a feeder is they have control. If Amberlynn's someone that wants control in a relationship, she shouldn't date someone that their whole basis and foundation of the relationship is having control. Really, I mean, if they're putting food into your mouth and they're fattening you up to the point that you're immobile, I think that they have control. Amber wants control, but that's not what Emily wants. That's why they butt heads so much.
Would come through, and this is where they come through. The fact that Amber says, why aren't you answering? It's just weird to me. You aren't owed an answer, If someone is busy or doing something, I don't know, it's just weird to me. And Emily says, I was getting my food, which is fucking fine, right? You don't have to answer the phone the second the person calls. Then you see a message, I love you so much, I hate seeing you not feel good, please get some rest. And then Amber says, just was checking in because I saw you read my message, wasn't sure if you were awake or not, let me know how you're feeling when you wake up. Emily says, I'm half awake, but I don't think I'm getting up. Now, I don't know the dynamic. Seeing somebody read your message and wondering if they haven't replied, that might be normal for some people's relationships. I don't know. I personally could not stand this level of managing my time. I'm fiercely independent and I would be like, fucking leave me alone. I'll call you when I want to speak to you. But that's just me. And then you see Amber say, are you going to sleep more? Emily says yes. Amber says, okay, baby, I love you. Emily says, love you too. And then Amber says, you seem apathetic towards me. And Emily says, apathetic? Apathetic does a lot of work for the
Oh my god, apathetic facts. You seem apathetic facts towards me.
Community by cutting down those.
Yeah, like showing no feeling or interest. Yeah, you don't love me. Damn, she's such a stalker. She's a clingy, entitled maniac. Avocado Circle, welcome. Gathering Place, welcome. Hello, welcome to the YouTube team. Hex Girls, hello. They both love the yap. Oh, they do. Nito, thank you so much. Gnome, human, dwarf. Yikes, powerful. Thank you so much. What's up, party people? Hey there. Thank you for 11 months. Almost a year. Powerful. Thank you. Don't cry, wolf. Hey there. Skin to skin. Girl, you don't even have the washcloths to even make me want to do that. Ah! But X-Girls, thank you. Amber loves to do food to mouth. Yeah, I don't know about skin to skin, but yeah, I think that's pretty up her alley. No Lion, it's Brian. Hey. Aunt Tommy has fed us real good. 40-piece McNugget heart hands. Thank you so much, Brian. I'd say that the drama's been pretty good the past week.
Bloody live streams. And I really think that this is, again, where it turns. So Amber's already had a little dig at Emily, saying she's worried about her cheating. Now she's having another dig. Emily's sending relatively short messages and having a sleep. Why is Amber suddenly claiming that she's being apathetic to her? She's shattered. She's travelled to Oklahoma and back for you. It's just weird. Amber shows her insecurity. Yes, like showing no feeling or interest in what I'm saying. I'm sorry if I'm bothering you. Emily says, I've been sleeping. I don't feel good. If someone's asleep, they can't text you back. That's not apathetic. They're just shattered. And then Emily says, and this is very telling, I've been feeling like you're fishing for another reason to be mad at me. Now that is interesting, and I agree. It seems like in these messages, Amber is almost pushing at Emily, saying, oh, I'm worried you're going to cheat on me. You seem apathetic. Emily's just tired. But Amber is so deeply insecure, she cannot allow for anything other than constant stroking of her ego, constantly telling her that
constant reassurance. Yes, constant wiping.
Everything's fine. And Emily says here that she's not been feeling good. And then suddenly Amber says, I'm not me either. I'm not feeling good. I wanted you to know. And then Amber says, I don't want to be mad at you. I just don't feel good at all. I feel like something is wrong inside of me. And then she tries to make out that it's something physical that's wrong with her. That's weird to me. How you feel, if you feel ill or not ill, doesn't have any bearing on how you speak to your partner. Amber says, with one of my organs or intestines. Emily says, you're fine. Give it time. If it doesn't get better, then go get it checked out. And she says, yeah, I'll do that. I just wanted to talk a little bit before I went to bingo. Emily says, I'm just waking up now. Amber says, oh, okay. Have a good nap. And then this is where it really does turn. So Emily says, why didn't you tell me Geordie dug up an old YouTube video of me? And Amber says, wait, what? Emily says, you said you were watching him last night. Another mention of Geordie there. More proof that Amber was watching Geordie in June of this year. Amber says, I didn't watch the full stream. Is it on there? I had no idea about it. I'm going to go watch it now. Now that's really important. Amber is saying here she's going to go and watch this stream from Geordie, okay? Emily says, don't. You say, why maybe she means why do you always watch bad things about me, yet you fucking watch them, you live for this. So Emily here is angry with Amber because Amber was watching Geordie, and what was happening in that Geordie stream was something that Emily was uncomfortable with. I think it sounds like it was an old video of Emily's that somehow ended up in Geordie's stream. And Amber says, oh, I'm going to go and watch it. And by the way, I was watching Geordie last night. And Emily is mad. She's saying, why are you going to watch the reaction channels when you tell me not to watch them, right? So I think that's fair. She's annoyed with Amber for this double standard, that Amber watches Geordie, but she tells Emily not to watch reaction channels. And we know she got mad at Emily for watching Snowflake.
Yeah, because she doesn't want Emily to be privy to any of the information or thoughts that we share about Amber. She wants to keep her isolated, and she wants to keep her ignorant so that she can retain control. I don't want you watching reaction channels because I don't want you hearing or seeing something that might make you think, to cause problems. I don't want you thinking. Just shut your head off. Johnny Fan, thank you. 20 Shades of Grey. Why not 40? Good one. Merc, hey, I don't know how Emily didn't kick her out the first week. She already has one kid. I don't think she needs another. Well, I think that she likes the mud. I think she likes the problems and the yelling.
Lake back when they had the big fight. And this is, oh, I said it was June. It wasn't June. It was December. My bad. Amber says, I want to see an old video of you. Not because of him, but I won't watch it. And then she says, I live for what? Emily says, just like you said in the car, you don't know why they don't hate me more, considering they think I'm an actual serial killer. Watch whatever the fuck you want to. I'm not going to control your life the way you do to me. So that is where I think we really start to get into conflict. So Amber would have us all think from that diary entry that nothing happened, nothing went wrong, it wasn't anything Amber did. Emily randomly got angry with her for no reason. But I think it's very clear here that what she's angry about is the fact that Amber wants to watch Geordie, but also she says, watch whatever the fuck you want to, I'm not going to control your every move like you do mine. And it sounds like that is what she's annoyed about. She's pissed off that Amber is trying to control everything she does. So although this fight is kind of being started by Emily, she's the one who has a problem, it's clear why. She feels her life is being controlled. And we've seen a lot of proof in this video and other videos that that is what Amber was like. She wouldn't let her have a smoke. She wouldn't leave her alone. She was so controlling. She was calling her friends and blocking them on Emily's phone. That is toxic behaviour, right? So you can't really blame Emily for saying something like this. Do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to try and control your life. So I don't think it's really out of nowhere, to be honest. And this is what Amber does. She ignores everything that she's ever done because nothing happened right now. Everything that ever happened is not relevant. And that's what Amber tries to do here as well. And she does the classic Amber thing. What is happening right now? You're being so rude to me for no reason, yet again, right before I see my mum. Emily says, I'm just over it.
What does this have to do with anything? You're starting a fight with me right before I go to bingo. What the hell?
Bro. But Amber's like, what is happening? You're being so rude to me. It's not rude for Emily to point out that Amber's been trying to control her life and she's sick of it. What that reads to me like is Amber can't fucking stand not having full control over her partner's life. Amber says, all I wanted to do was talk to you. You are mad at me because Geordie found an old video of you. What the fuck? Now this is where the gaslighting starts and this is where the bullshit starts, okay? Emily isn't really angry with Amber because Geordie found an old video of her. Emily is mad at Amber.
I don't even know how people found that video either. I don't. Was her YouTube username her name? Is that how people found it? I don't remember how people found that video. But it was it was going around the whole community and then I just played it on my stream. I didn't find that video. I don't know who did, but I just watched it on stream. Emily was the one that probably leaked it. Emily, actually, that would be crazy. Yeah, Emily leaking the video so that reaction channels would talk about it, and then she could come up with a way to be mad at Amber because of it. That's actually really funny. It's her name. Oh, okay. So, not hard to find then. You literally just search her name on YouTube and you can find the channel. Lobotomy, hey, gonna see The Long Lock again tonight. Such a good movie. My husband keeps falling asleep every 30 minutes, so I might miss some of it. That's a hard movie to fall asleep to because it's pretty fast paced and it's pretty intense. I have a good movie watch, Lobotomy. Eternal, thank you for 2 months.
From what I can tell, because Amber was watching reaction channels when she tells Emily not to, and because she's been trying to control her life for the past however many months. And you'll see more of that in a few screenshots. Amber, of course, as always, flies off the handle. What the fuck in capital letters? Please answer the FaceTime. Why are you mad at me? I didn't do anything to you. And the fact that you're reading the Reddits and whatever when you told me that you wouldn't instead of calling me because I wanted to talk to you before bingo just goes to show you don't care about me or miss me at all. Now, Emily is trying to say to Amber, something you've done has pissed me off. You've watched a reaction channel when you tell me not to, plus you try and control my life. And Amber goes, oh, the fact that you've read Reddits when you told me you wouldn't and did that instead of calling me because I wanted to talk to you goes to show you don't care about me? No. This is just gaslighting from Amber, in my opinion. Amber says, I'm not going to let you ruin the time I get to spend with my mum. Emily says, I read a message about it. I wasn't reading the Reddits. Believe whatever you want. And again, Amber does this. She always does this. Let me see the message. She always wants to see the proof.
Well, show me. If someone DM'd you about Geordie's stream, I want to see who DM'd you about it. so that I can reach out to them myself. I'm not showing you anything. This level of stalking is getting creepy. Watching a video that you uploaded to YouTube that was public to everyone is stalking. Okay. I'm mad at you for the shit you did do. So I play a video on my stream and then she gets mad at Amber.
Amber says, you said you wanted this relationship to work because you love me, and yet you're mad at me again for something I didn't even do. What Emily's actually mad at Amber for is trying to control her life and constantly being on her ass, which she does definitely do. But Amber is purposefully misunderstanding. She's staying confused on purpose so that she doesn't have to admit to what Emily is actually annoyed at her for, which is trying to control all of her time and tell her what she can and can't watch, and then be a hypocrite by watching that very same content herself. Emily says, I'm not showing you shit. This level of stalking is getting fucking creepy. No, I'm mad at you for the shit that you did do. Amber says, you want me to trust you, but yet you won't prove yourself to me. What did I do? Now that's interesting. You want me to trust you, yet you won't prove yourself to me. Emily doesn't need to prove anything. She's mad at Amber for watching Geordie and for controlling her life. There's no need for her to prove anything there. I suppose it's maybe Amber trying to say Emily needs to prove that she didn't find out about.
They're just finding excuses to yell at each other. That's yeah, it does. It kind of gets a little bit overdone. Because like a lot of the stuff they argue about, it's kind of like, this is weird that you guys are even talking about this.
About this on Reddit. But Emily can go on Reddit if she wants. Your partner should not be controlling your life to the point where they don't let you go on Reddit. If that's happening, that is a... She says, what, in capital letters. Emily, quite iconically, and I think this might make the thumbnail, says, bye, Felicia. Just... Oh, and then Amber says, what the fuck is happening? Answer, or YouTube knows everything. I'm...
Oh yeah, this is the crazy part. Answer my call or I'm going live and spilling all the tea about you. Wow, this isn't very soft and gentle of you, Amber. That's crazy to think that little video of Emily, like, looking emo 16 years ago or whatever, that caused them to almost, like, have a gigantic fight and Amber go live and spill tea.
Not joking. Okay. That is another threat. What the fuck is happening? Answer, or YouTube knows everything. I asked Emily, what is she on about when she's constantly threatening YouTube knows everything? What is she actually talking about? And Emily says that it's nothing. She doesn't even know. Amber just makes random baseless threats at telling YouTube everything. But Emily says, go for it. And Amber says, answer the FaceTime. What DMs are you talking about? I don't reply to anyone. So all Emily has said is, go talk more shit in your DMs. And that message has flicked Amber into full rage mode. Capital letters, threatening, shouting. Well, she's not really shouting, but you know if she was there in person, she would be shouting. And demanding that Emily answer the FaceTime. And you know she would have called her like 1,000,000 times during this. And it's just so unhinged. She is obsessed with making Emily answer the phone when she doesn't want to speak to her. Emily says, you just gave me more proof that you're blackmailing me. Joke's on you. You don't have anything on me except your delusional BPD thoughts that aren't even true. That's an interesting message. Emily's saying confidently...
I mean, like, we know all of Emily's tea, though. I mean, like, what is there even to blackmail her about? I mean, like, yeah, maybe they're like our texts or like something where... Emily was like, yeah, like, eat that chicken nugget, baby. Yeah, like, yeah, eat another piece of cake. I don't know. Maybe there are, but we know that Emily's a feeder. I mean, what else? Really, like, what else is there to know? I don't know. And, like again, like, this is not the Emily show. This is the Amberlynn show. Like, if like, if, like, shit comes out about Emily, like, it's like, okay, cool. But, I mean... the blackmail that, or, you know, the videos that Emily has of Amberlynn, like, that's what people on the internet would find funny. That's what people would care about. But the Brookies, I mean, like, all of the stuff that has come to light about Emily, I really don't know what else, like, we could be told about her that's, like, would surprise us at this point. Small bean peen, hi. Nothing like fat girl drama to listen to while I bake a cake. Oh, hey, chocolate frosting heart hands back to you. Thank you so much. Save me a slice. Blush bunny, hi. Just got home from treating myself with a shopping trip and my favorite YouTubers live. About to sit down while I play Sims and watch. Thanks, Jord. Have fun on your Sims. And I hope that you had a good shopping trip, hun. Hope you got some good stuff. I heard Bath & Body Works is doing a buy one, get one candle thing. Slime, hey. Amber, you're boring and didn't do anything all day while you stink up the house. You need to leave right now. By the way, can I get belly pics?
In private messages that Amber doesn't have anything on her. And then Amber does the classic, the gaslighting. What is happening, Emily? We know what's happening. You've been talking shit in your DMs. And someone's told you, and you don't fucking like it. That's what's happening. And then Emily says, I have a hell of a lot more on you than you do on me, which is true. And then Amber says, I'm done replying to you. I'm gonna let you calm down. Amber says to Emily, she's gonna let Emily calm down, when Amber is the one who is threatening her and texting her in all caps and calling her a million times. Crazy. Emily says, haha, maybe I'll just make a YouTube video now instead. And that is a threat, definitely. They're threatening each other a little bit here. That's the same threat that Amber made. Amber said, answer the phone or YouTube knows everything. Emily is saying, I'll just make a YouTube video. Amber says, okay, I don't know what to do. I have no idea what's going on. Everything was fine. And then you find out about Geordie and go off on me. This isn't love. You told me you wanted this to work. You were so sweet all day. Emily says, no, the way you treated me this entire fucking time wasn't love. You have never loved me. You're obsessed with me. There's a difference. Amber says, so this was the plan. This shows more insecurity, more shit from Amber. So this was the plan, to break up with me once I was in Oklahoma after we had sex yesterday and you were so in love. I do love you. That is such a horrible thing to say to me. I don't know though. I think it might be true. I don't know if
You were literally licking my vagina.
Amber knows what love is. I really don't think she does. But she seems to try and characterize it. I would never have let you seen my whole body if I didn't.
It's crazy how this went from Jordy found your old YouTube from 2011 to, okay, well, you threatened to break Colleen's picture. Like, this is insane.
Love you. I would have never travelled to Wisconsin if I didn't love you. I wouldn't have written down all of your symptoms if I didn't love you. The list can go on and on. Emily says, you would never have treated me the way you did if you loved me. Threatening to break Colleen's picture, that's lower than physically abusing me. So the threatening to break Colleen's picture happened on the night of the 17th of November. So this was a long time before. It's like 2 or 3 weeks before. So clearly whatever's pissing Emily off here is a culmination. She's saying, you would never have treated me the way you did if you loved me. She's not talking about today. She's not talking about watching Geordie. She's talking about the whole thing. And Amber clearly doesn't love Emily. She's lied on YouTube about so many things, made so many comments about Emily and said all sorts of stuff that is not true at all, to the point where Emily has to come out with fucking 29 screenshots to prove that Amber's lying. That is not love, let me tell you. Also, on the breaking of Colleen's picture, that is something that is, I agree, completely over the line, and Amber doesn't deny it. She addresses it in one of her live streams. She sort of admits that it happened.
Then she grabbed a picture of me and Colleen and held it up and threatened to break it. She knew that is something that would hurt me more than anything she could do physically to me, like the lowest she could go. She let her apologize and then tried. Sorry, I'm getting text messages left and right. She let her apologize and then tried begging for me back, saying that it was her BPD. At first, she denied that she did any of those things, which that sucked too. I've never denied a single thing that I've actually done. I have denied the things that I have not done that you have lied about. I deny what the false shit is. And I tell the truth on what the real shit is. Now that's reality.
Amber says, I can say the same to you, but we talked about this and rekindled, I thought. Was this the plan the whole time? I told you that you would go home and realise you didn't love me. I was right. And this is interesting, and this is where Amber starts going on about them rekindling. She says, I thought we fixed it. I thought it was in the past. And she's angry with Emily for bringing up her past behaviour, which she thinks that she's been forgiven for. I can kind of understand the sentiment. If you've
Why are you doing this to us? I don't know. And some of this has been fun and some of this has been entertaining, but after a while, like, it does start to go in circles. Like, the back and forth arguing between Amber and Emily, I don't know, it gets a little boring. You're a bitch. No, you're a bitch. Well, okay, well, you called me the C word yesterday. Okay, well, I only called you the C word because you said that thing about me. Well, I only said that thing about you because you never send me money on Venmo. I do send you money on Venmo, but that was for Mother's Day, and you said that you're a pet parent. Okay, well, like, I sent you money for pancakes. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, this is really just so stupid. And, like, not, like, good stupid either. This isn't good stupid. So annoying, proving nothing. Yeah, I know. It's like, what is the end game here?
The person is hurt, you apologise, and TV. On the day that Emily got home after driving Amber all the way back to Oklahoma, you can see why.
You're toxic. Look at what you're saying to me, all because of Jordy. Oh my god. I love that I was in the middle of this. KRLI, thank you. Everyone's losing LBs. Am I the only girl that's gaining? I don't know, KRLI, you might be. Everybody seems to be on their fitness lately. Amber's our witness. Ooh. Rude Han, thank you. Rewatched the Megan video. Megan emphasized Emily was big into playing mind games. Emily is having the time of her life. Yeah, those live streams, they go pretty in depth about Emily's role in relationships, and yeah, I don't know. Those did not shine a great light on Emily in the slightest. Okay. Amber can't be alone because she hates herself, and if she's alone for too long with her thoughts, she'll realize that she's the problem, and that doesn't fit her narcissism. Ah, wow. Well said, Merc. I really like that. Oh my gosh.
I should be a bit bloody annoyed. Amber says, I said I was going to tell them why I'm really in Oklahoma, not anything bad about you. Now that's a very interesting message, because that's not what Amber said.
Oh my god, she sounds like Mr. Cardigan. You've said you're out to ruin my life, including calling me job.
Amber said, call me or answer the phone or YouTube knows everything. That's a threat. It doesn't sound like the reason she's in Oklahoma is the real thing she was trying to threaten there. And I don't know the real reason she came back to Oklahoma. As I understand it, the real reason she came back to Oklahoma is because Emily kicked her out because she's an abusive piece of shit. Emily says, you're toxic, which I think is absolutely true. And Amber says, you're toxic. Look at what you're saying to me, all because of Jordy. I didn't do anything to you. And that is so crazy. It's Amber just doing it on purpose, staying confused on purpose. This is not because of Jordy. Emily's problem here is not Jordy. Emily's problem here is Amber, the way Amber has treated her. And Amber loves that.
This is getting old. It kind of is getting old, yeah. I don't know. Can they fight about, like, rarity or something? No, you threatened me again. No, we rekindled. We made up. It's not because Jordy. I'm mad at you for other stuff. You attacked me out of nowhere. I only attacked you because you did this. Well, I only did that because you did this. Oh my god, this is pretty stupid. Is any of this juicy? You're attacking me out of freaking nowhere. What are you doing after we said we're going to start over? Because you chose to threaten me again. Look how you've been treating me. We even woke up and talked on FaceTime. You're trying to control my every move. I even showed you my body. Oh my god. How can you be mad at me for what Jordy showed on his live stream? I sent you belly pics, bitch. I sent you leg. What the hell? What the hell? I even showed you my body. Oh my god. Showed me your body. What? I haven't tried to control anything. Yes, you have. No, I haven't. You called and bitched. I mean, it's just like, this is crazy. I mean, like, I think that we're all kind of getting a little bit fatigued on this. Like the whole, like, just, it's a circle. That's all that this is. It's just a merry-go-round of mud. It sounds like you already had a back burner girlfriend. I fell for your bullshit. I thought we were doing well. I am awful, but you just got done telling me how much you love me and how much you want this to work. You either love me or you don't. You have either completely gone cold, and it is ever since you saw that Jordy found an old video of you. Everything with you was fine. We forgave each other, rekindled our love. And now you're fighting me again out of nowhere. Oh my god. Yo, release the videos or get offline, Amber. I will say that, like, these text messages that she has sent to Rachel, and, you know, she's been able to, like, make videos off them. Some of it's entertaining, but, like, I don't know, toward the end of this, it started to get a little bit repetitive and a little bit just, I don't know, not fun. She will never forgive Jordy. I mean, I don't know. It's all my fault. I ruined their soft, gentle love. I mean, it kind of goes to show, like, if it weren't for me, if it weren't for, you know, it literally no reaction channels or forums or anything could exist about Amber, and these two would still find a way to fight with one another. Human growth hormone, thank you. You spend your energy on everyone but me. Thank you, human. Nick Jonas, hey. Training my fat ass cat to stop being a little jerk, but how come he likes to say hi to you on the TV pawing at the screen? You may owe me a new TV soon. Oh, well, I know someone with an 85-inch TV that I can set you up with. Jesh, thank you for 4 months. Pookie's just big and greedy. Big and greedy. What a way to go through life. Angel, thanks. She did the money thing with Casey, too. Anytime that he got money on his birthday, she expected him to use it on her. Yep. Yeah, remember the whole, like, video games at Best Buy? Casey got, like, $80 on their birthday, and then Amber was like, well, what? You're not going to spend some of that on me? Daily Joy, hey. Watching with my cat, Sunny. He's blonde, just like me, and begs for food, just like Amber.
You are speaking to me right now. It's proving you don't love me at all. You doesn't want to put up with it. And Emily says, Amber says, I wasn't bitching. Emily says, nice try to reverse the narrative. Amber says, wow. Emily says, you're mean. Amber says, okay. Emily says, and selfish. Amber says, and you aren't? You're breaking my heart right now. You really fooled me. And then Emily says, you didn't care that I drove you across the country and flew back in less than 48 hours. You cared that I didn't call you. Mentions this situation in her life like one. So there are 2 final accusations that were made by Amber, or have been made by Amber over this period of time, which we're going to get into. I've got a couple of bits and bobs to show you, so we'll get through those quickly. Amber says that Emily was constantly asking her for pictures and that she had to keep sending her nudes and all of that. Here are some examples of Amber talking about it.
No, I didn't go back to her. We have only been friends. She has been wanting to see my belly. She wants actual photos. She's wanted to do FaceTime sex, and I keep telling her, no, I'm not in it. I don't want that anymore. Like, all asking me for sexual photos. She's literally talking to reaction channels. And, you know, she would ask for, like, the sexy photos. She would ask for, let's have FaceTime sex. And I would usually tell her no. Like, genuinely. Like, how are you gonna sit there and ask me for fucking sexy photos of my body? All while talking to reaction channels. It's not normal.
You'll notice here that Amber is pretty dead set on convincing us all that Emily wanted photos from her. I think she does this so that she doesn't have to address the real issues and the fact
Show belly. Send belly.
that she lied about being kicked multiple times and lied about her cat and all of that. Amber isn't bothered about any of that.
Show shelf.
She's bothered about being asked for nudes from the person who is
If you guys were just friends at that point, why were you doing that? Yeah. We're just friends. I was her friend. I don't know. Friends don't send each other belly pics.
With her because they like her body. Okay, make it make sense. I don't think that asking somebody for photos is in the same stratosphere as going on a live and accusing them of actual crimes with no proof, and then crashing out like a toddler and threatening to sue people when they show proof that you're lying. But I digress. When I asked Emily about this, Emily had something very interesting to say. Now here's the whole conversation. So I received this message. Here's the message here. So I got that, and I was like, interesting. So I sent that to Emily and asked her if she wanted to say anything, if she had any thoughts about it. And this is Emily's response, and I have consent to share this, which you can see in the screenshot. Emily says, Jesus Christ, she would send them unsolicited to get my attention, and she was never nude, lol. She's self-conscious about her excoriation. It was over Snapchat.
Oh, damn. Excoriation and quotation marks here. Oh, what is this supposed to mean? It was over Snapchat, nothing was saved. Oh, damn. I never asked you for nudes. You would send them to try to get my attention. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. That sounds like something that Amber would do. And she didn't even send them. She would just send sexy snaps. Oh, so like what you see on TikTok of her like lip syncing to The Weeknd or something, trying to look sexy. Bra and underwear, and she sent like less than 5 of those pics that I've ever known of her.
Nothing was saved. So Emily's saying she can't prove that they weren't completely, naked because they weren't saved. And I say, may I share that? Emily says yes. And she never really sent nudes. She was fully clothed. She was just Emily's side of the story. Then again, you can't really prove something like that. Amber could.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's all just she said. Well, I mean, yeah. How do you prove like, oh, she wanted nudes from me? Oh, okay. Well, you would send them to me on Snapchat unsolicited. This doesn't really go anywhere.
Probably prove that Emily had asked for the photos if she wanted to, but Amber never proves anything because it usually always turns out that she's the one who's lying, which is kind of weird.
Ultraviolet, thank you. The way she thinks is cute. She's basically forcing her partner to deal with her past trauma. Do it for me. Fix it for me. Here, come on, live life for me. Kit Kat, hey, went to the Great Wolf Lodge with my kid's birthday. Now unwinding with wine and drama. Thanks for being my comfort. No, we don't support Emily. I think that the Doherty dozen did a little like excursion to the Great Wolf Lodge. I hope that you guys had a nice time. That sounds like fun. Hope you have a nice rest of your night. Thank you. Burnt toast. Hey, the real victim here is the kid. Can you imagine your mom bringing this girl to your house and takes over your couch and eats all of your Lunchables? I mean, yeah. I mean, like you always like, if anybody's gonna see like the better end of this, it's probably supposed to be the kid. So fortunately, the kid was not really involved with all of this because I think that if they were around the kid, it was very briefly. So I think that Amber spent some time with the kid, but it was very minimal. Thank you so much, Silly Lily. I appreciate your Twitch tip yet again. My daughters love Marley and her epic shopping story. They both agree she'd love Copenhagen. No more Twinkle Twinkle. Send her to Scandinavia's best city for her next birthday. She's in Philadelphia this weekend. They like surprised one of her friends getting engaged or something. But yeah, she goes to Europe at least once a year. She'd hang out with you. Me volunteering her. Thank you, Lily. B, thank you for your membership. There's too much moral grandstanding in girl world. We're all snooping on drama of fat, awful women. I don't ever want to come off as like holier than thou or, gatekeep like I'm, the king of morals here, because I'm not. Nook, hey there. Left a Greek festival for you, bestie. Ooh, yum. Did you get some baklava? I love baklava.
Anyway, the final thing I wanted to leave with you was the fact that Emily was keen to respond to the allegations from Amber that Emily is the reason that Amber came off the GLP-1s that she had been on at the time. So while she was with Emily, I believe Amber was on GLP-1s twice, and there have been a lot of claims that Emily is the reason that Amber came off the GLP-1s. Amber has kind of added fuel to this fire by making comments about her not losing weight because of Emily. She said things like this.
Can you imagine saying, I want to order a 20-piece nugget, and your partner saying, how about 40? She'd probably want me to eat like cheeseburgers and like a bunch of chicken nuggets and stuff from McDonald's.
Amber seems really, really keen to remind us that apparently Emily is the reason that Amber didn't lose any weight. She said this on her live stream.
Damn, I look fat. I can lose weight now. I'm gonna go on a diet.
Oh yeah, remember I called her out on this and then she was like, I was just joking. Well, not with Emily anymore. Guess I can lose weight now. Ha ha ha! Ew. Yeah, and then I said, wow, that's shitty. And she said, well, have you ever heard of trolling? I was just trolling.
What do you guys think?
Well,
yeah, I mean, the only person getting trolled is herself. The only thing getting trolled are her organs.
Well, it doesn't really seem like this is true. It seems like Emily was supportive of Amber being on GLP-1s. So I'm going to show you some of that evidence now. Now, I know this isn't what anybody wants to see or expected to see or thought was going to come up, but I think it's only fair that I show proof that I have. So I've got a lot of screenshots that show that Emily was actually supportive of Amber being on a GLP-1 and didn't try to stop her. So the first screenshots I'm going to show you that relate to that are these ones. So we've got read 1 through 4. This first one, I believe, happened prior to the next 3. So they're numbered 1 through 4, but they didn't happen in order. This one happened, and then later the next 3 happened, I think. But you can see this conversation. Now, this conversation is very interesting. I think this is near the beginning of their relationship when this first all came out. And Amber says, I can't even imagine how you can feel right now. I wish I could hold you. Emily says, everyone is calling me a monster. Amber says, you're the opposite of that. They don't know you. I do. Emily says, saying I'm a serial killer and that I killed Colleen and that I'll kill you. You know that if you don't lose weight now, they'll blame me. And Amber says, you didn't kill anyone. They're idiots. They say the same thing about my mum when she takes me out to a restaurant. They're dumb. And then this part, crucially, I've never been able to lose weight, babe. Let's be so for real. So where Amber's gone on her live and tried to make out that she hasn't lost weight because of Emily, she admits herself that she hasn't ever been able to lose weight on her own. But that's not all. Here's a conversation where they're talking and Amber is currently on a GLP-1. And Amber says, I don't feel sick at all. I don't even feel like I'm on semaglutide today. Yesterday was rough though. I felt super sick. My pre-filled syringes have been in the refrigerator for over a month, so maybe it's getting diluted because of that. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, LMAO. Diluted might not be the right word I was looking for. Emily says, less effective maybe. I don't know. As long as they're in the fridge, I doubt they expire. But your hormones and stuff in your body at the time you take them does affect how they're absorbed, I'm sure.
Well, like any medication, I'd imagine that taking it when it's supposed to be taken, like if it's, it's prescribed to you to take once a week, you should be taking it the same day, roughly the same time every week. If you're letting it sit in a refrigerator for over a month, I don't know if it loses potency or what, but it doesn't seem like you're not using the medication the way that it is intended to be used. So that's bad.
Amber says, I might need to go buy a new vial then because I need this semaglutide to work. I literally suck at losing weight without it. There's Amber being quite honest that she wants to lose weight. You can see Emily says, I think it should be fine. I think you don't need a new vial.
Oh yeah, that old vial of Ozempic that's been sitting in your fridge for months that probably doesn't even work anymore or has gone bad. No, you don't need to buy a new one. Just no. It's from the med spa that I saw 6 weeks ago. I think I have like 2 or 3 more weeks left. Maybe you just need to get a higher dose. Well, there's a different way to interpret this because she knows that Amberlynn doesn't want to spend money on higher doses, and higher doses equals more money. So maybe she's like kind of being like, well, maybe if you want it to work, you need to spend more money, knowing that that might be the way to get Amber to think like, oh, well, I don't want to spend more money, so maybe I should just not take it at all.
Is this the one from the new company? Amber says, no, it's from the med spa.
I don't read this from the perspective of giving Emily the benefit of the doubt. to clarify.
That I saw 6 weeks ago. I think I have like 2 or 3 more weeks left. Emily says, maybe you just need the dose to get higher. So she's saying this might help Amber, the dose increasing. Interesting. Amber says, that's what I did 2 days ago. I increased the dose. Emily says, I don't know then. Amber says, it's okay, I'll figure it out. Are you going to go get your food yet? And then Emily says, I think you'll have good days and bad days just like anything else. Just got to stick it out. You've got this, babe. And Amber hearts the message and says, thank you. Now that's a strange message for somebody to send who wants you to come off a GLP-1. If Emily wanted Amber to stop taking a GLP-1, I don't think that that is what she would say. She's saying, stick it out. You've got this, babe. You'll have good days and bad days. I don't know what you guys are going to make of that, but I thought that was interesting, at least. Then we have this one. When is this one from? September the 3rd, 2024. So this is quite early in their relationship. I believe it's before Amber's gone to Wisconsin. They're chatting and Amber says, I want to go on a weight loss thing, especially because I don't want YouTube thinking I'm giving up at life, because I'm not. I'm trying to decide if I want to just count calories or try Weight Watchers or something. Both of those options I can still...
Well, Emily knows that Amberlynn is dysfunctional. She knows that she's going to crash and burn and give up and not make any progress. So I think that this was just her placating Amber. I think her saying things like, oh, just take it day by day. She knows that Amberlynn's a fuck up. She knows that Amberlynn is going to mess things up. She knows that she's going to, discontinue this one way or another. So I think that she's not really... I don't think that this needs to be read into too much, in my personal opinion. I'll support you, whatever you decide to do, sweetheart. If she was actually a supportive partner, and she was dating someone that was, close to 600 pounds, she should probably advocate for the weight loss drugs. Oh, whatever you do. This comes across to me as a very blasé approach to it.
I'll eat whatever I want, just not as much as I have been. And Emily says,
Chair, thank you. Girl World has an obsession with moralizing Emily, victim blaming, weighing how she reacted to Amber's abuse, weighing her past against Amber's, all of which are irrelevant. It's triggering and tone deaf. I see more about like the uproar of people saying that other people are defending Emily than I do see people actually defending Emily. I think it just gets blown out of proportion. I think like this whole like oh, people are defending Emily. I just think that it's not really a thing. It's kind of a lot of smoke mirrors. Like it's not really a thing, but like people are trying to make it a thing for whatever reason. I don't know. Thanks, Chair. Angel, hey there. Rachel taking a journalistic approach. It's just about stupid drama, like how reporters ask about celebrity outfits. It's all dumb. Well, like, that's like the funny part about this. Like, yeah, this is all stupid. So the fact that it's being taken so seriously is funny. Burnt toast, hey there. Emily's baby daddy needs to come to the front. What do you mean? I don't think he wants anything to do with Emily or any of this. Or Amber. Silly Lily, thank you. Glad for your narration at 3 a.m. Heart hands. Thank you so much, Lily. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good weekend.
Support you in whatever you decide to do. Then we have these ones. Now, these are from a lot later. So they had that conversation I've just shown in September of 2024. Now, this is from about 7 or 8 months later, 5th of May.
Who is defending Emily? That's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't see many people defending Emily, but you know what I do see? I see a lot of people bitching at the concept of other people defending Emily. I see a lot of that, but I don't see a lot of defending Emily.
2025. And if we go back, Amber was making videos at the time about how she wanted to go back on a GLP-1, and then she claimed that she couldn't because of gallbladder issues. And people said that she was lying about that and that she didn't go back on it because of Emily. But have a look at these messages. I thought these were very interesting. So you can see Amber says, by the way, I'm so sad. I was denied a weight loss injection because of my gallbladder issues. Then Amber sends these screenshots, which basically show that she has been denied. In the video she made, she says she was going to show these screenshots, but then she ends up not showing them. And you see Amber mention that here. Emily says, they said you can do it, but it just has to be managed with an in-person doctor, so you can go find a local clinic. And Amber is the one who is giving excuses. She says, yeah, but my mum won't take me, and if she does, I'll feel like a burden. Maybe that's because you are a burden. And Emily replies, it won't be all the time though, just a few appointments. Which sounds to me like she's encouraging Amber. That sounds like she's saying, that's okay, it's only going to be sometimes, you can still do it, which is interesting. And then Amber says, it just sucks, I'm literally shocked to be honest. And then, May 19th, this is a little bit later, Emily says,
I mean, I think that Emily knows that Amber isn't I think Emily knows that Amber's not going to do it. So she's just kind of, again, placating Amber and coming off as supportive just to play more mind games. No. You could get on Ozempic. No, you could totally take Ozempic. Like, you won't have to go every week. You know, it just might be hard at first. Like, no, you could totally do it if you wanted to, knowing full well that Amber's not going to do it. And I don't know. I think that Emily is calculating enough to have text messages like this that in the case in the future, she would have some type of proof that she could show to, you know, put on display for everyone to show. No, look, I helped Amber. I think she is calculating like that. And I think she is sneaky like that. She's a feeder. I mean, I don't know if she's trying to give her the benefit of the doubt in this little portion at the end here, but Emily's a feeder. She's on all of those weird websites. She's in all of those. Like, there's just nothing that will convince me otherwise. Nothing that will convince me otherwise. Max, thank you. We should be allowed to not be saints. Amber's clearly a danger to herself and others and deserves much more than harsh criticism. I wish someone could actually give her consequences. I think that you make a good point, because in the concept of like people first discovering Girl World, they look at all of us and they look at the reaction channels and they think like, oh my God, you guys are being terrible to this poor woman. Oh my God, you're all making fun of her. This is awful. This is terrible what you're doing. But it's justified a lot more when it's a piece of shit, you know? It's like, yeah, we get on here for hours and a night. Yeah, we like, you know, go in on her, but like, she's a piece of shit. So like, you know, if it were like, you know, somebody ordinary and not awful, it'd be like, yeah, we, you know, we're the pieces of shit. But like, it's not like this is a saint. It's not like this is a good person. I think that's what makes it more feasible for our community to exist and thrive. Rachel's not saying Emily isn't a feeder. She's just saying that she doesn't think Emily dissuaded Amber from taking GLP-1s. Okay. But like, I just like personally, like I don't understand the point in trying to do that if that's what you're. I don't really see the point of it. I think that she wants to fatten Amberlynn up like the witch from Hansel and Gretel. So like, you saying that she's doing this to show the audience that Emily didn't try to convince Amberlynn to stop taking Ozempic. Like, I just don't really understand how this section right here, like what this is important to, or like what this is trying to accomplish.
I'm literally shocked to be honest. And then, May 19th, this is
Butteroni, hey there. I got the new Labubu in the first box and the candy bag Labubu. Oh my God, you got that candy bag? I tried to get the candy bag, but it's sold out. Wait, you got the Why So Serious one? Mine hasn't even shipped yet. Congrats. Happy for you. I mean, if you guys have different opinions on this, I'm open ears. I am open ears. Emily knew that Amber would still eat and the GLP-1s didn't work. I think that it's very possible that Emily had these conversations knowing full well that Amberlynn wouldn't take the GLP-1 and she could use this in the future as evidence that she's not a feeder. But that's like stupid. Like, she is. But like, again, like, no one admits to being a feeder, you know? I mean, this is something we've talked about like so much. It's like a shameful thing. It's like a dirty little kink. No one admits to being a feeder. It's dangerous inherently. So I just don't really understand these texts. These texts are working because people are arguing that she's a feeder, but not Amber's feeder. Come on. It's not stupid, Jordy. It just makes Emily look good, and maybe she was doing it to convince Amber that she had her best interest at heart. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic. Do you think that this could have been Emily's attempt to prove to Amber that she's not a feeder? I don't think that Amberlynn cared if she was a feeder or not. No, I think that the only reason like that she ever would have convinced Amberlynn that she was okay with it is to just like placate her because she knows that Amberlynn's not going to do it anyway. And maybe to have a little bit of textual evidence to have in the future to show people, hey, look, I tried to get her to take Ozempic. I definitely think that she was thinking ahead on this. Watch. Yeah, they text like that. They're being watched. And they knew that this is possible, that either one of them might share these texts one day. Yeah. Yeah. I think that that's very possible. And there are a lot of times in their texts where it did kind of seem like Emily was trying to bait Amber into saying certain things so that she could have it in writing that Amber did something. Like I just, you know, this is like somebody playing mind games. So you kind of have to look at it from a non-traditional angle. But let's keep listening.
A little bit later, Emily says, you called. Amber says, yeah. Emily says, 4. Amber says, I don't know. Emily says, how is your appointment? How is Twinkie? So the appointment she's talking about here is the GLP-1 appointment. So Amber was denied the med spa one because of her gallbladder, so she made an appointment with her doctor. This is when she was talking about how she wanted to go on Zepbound. And that is what Emily is asking about. So she's showing an interest in that appointment and asking how it went. There's also some commentary here about Twinkie, which is interesting because once again, when Emily doesn't really want to speak to Amber, she mentions a pet health scare. And it looks like these messages, you called? Yeah. 4? That's quite short, right? So that makes it seem like they weren't really talking. So I wonder if that mention of Twinkie's appointment or having something wrong with her leg might be another sign that Amber did use her pets not being well to get Emily to message her back. We don't have time to delve into all of that, but you see Emily say, what about your appointment? Did they prescribe the GLP-1? Amber says, yeah, I'm not taking it. Emily says, why? Amber says, too expensive. Emily says, oh, did everything else turn out okay? Your labs? And Amber says, I don't have my results yet.
Yeah, this doesn't strike me as someone who gives a fuck whether or not she gets on Ozempic. Oh, how'd your appointment go? Are you getting Ozempic? No. Why? Too much money. Oh, okay. Well, how are your labs? You know, oh, too expensive. Oh, well, hon, you know, you could budget. Like, we could work something out. We could, you really need this medication. You really need to be taking it. Like, that's kind of what I would have been. But just like, even if those text messages existed, I still wouldn't be giving Emily the benefit of the doubt here. There's no convincing me with everything that I've seen over the past year and a half. There's no convincing me about, Emily caring about Amber's health. The whole foundation of their relationship is the opposite.
I broke down about my mental health and he genuinely seemed worried, put me on Zoloft. Emily says that might help. So that's interesting. It just shows that Emily showed an interest, at least, in Amber's GLP-1 experience and also her health in general, because she's asking about her labs and she wants to know if she's okay, which I thought was interesting. So that was in May, when Amber got back home from being in Wisconsin. Now I've got some messages here from when they were in Wisconsin. This is December the 2nd, so it's after the huge fight, which was the 17th of November, so it's about 2 weeks later. Emily messages Amber, and Emily says, "My self-esteem is in the dumps. I hate my body right now." So Emily's expressing some sadness and frustration about her own physical state. And Amber says, "I'm sorry. That's an awful feeling. I know exactly how you feel. I feel monstrous and hideous. I wish you could see yourself through my eyes. Your body is so perfect to me." It's interesting to me here that Emily doesn't reply and say, "Your body's lovely too, babe. I love your body how it is." Instead, she says, "I want to get back into better shape. Have you weighed yourself recently?" So she started the conversation about health and fitness and the fact that she wants to get healthy. And then she's asking Amber, "How about you? Have you weighed yourself?" And Amber says, "No, I have not. I will when I get back home." Emily says, "Why not your scale here?" Amber says, "I mean, I can. I will next time I'm downstairs in my bathroom." And then she says, "I kind of wanted to get Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner. We can lose weight once I'm back in Oklahoma. LMAO. Sorry, I'm so high right."
Damn. I will next time I'm downstairs. I wanted Buff Wild for dinner. We can lose weight when I'm in Oklahoma. LOL. Sorry, I'm also high. Damn. High eating Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, we'll lose weight later.
Now, so this is interesting because there's a part in one of Amber's lives, and I struggle to find it. Hopefully I can find it in the edit, where Amber says that Emily woke her up with wings because she just wanted to make Amber fatter. But here we can see that Emily is talking about weighing themselves and weight loss and healthiness, and Amber is the one who says, we can lose weight later, let's get Buffalo Wild Wings. I just thought that that was interesting. So I'll leave all of that with you. You guys can think and talk and da-da-da about all of that, but I just wanted to put it out there.
The texts are staged. Staged like staged in the context that like they had those conversations on purpose so that they could have those text messages for their future benefit. Maybe. Uruk Fairy, thank you. First time super chatting. Love your stuff on the fat shit. It's inspiring. I also got my fiance and sister into your brand of fat girl drama. Hello! Thank you so much. You got the whole family. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for that. Tater Tot, hey. Sending love. Thanks for keeping me up to date on Chonk. Oh, Lord, she coming. Thank you so much, Tater Tot. Liz, hey. Catch my first live ever. It's 3 a.m. You have viewers in other time zones, Jordy. We deserve to be accommodated. You're welcome for the money. ZAR. What currency is that? Well, thank you, though, regardless. I do. Yeah, I try to do my best. Honestly, if anything, I should probably go live a little bit earlier because, like, if I go live at, like, 5 p.m. Eastern, that's, like, it gives, like, the Eastern time people, like, I don't know. I will say that my times do cater to North America. But there's really only so much time that works. I think it's South Africa. Oh, okay. Rachel is amazing and is feeding the community. Don't be rude. I don't encourage anyone to be rude or shit on Rachel. I think that think about it. Like, Rachel is the reason why we've been able to have something to take a look at the past week. So I also don't want it to come across as me having a different opinion about something as me coming for Rachel. So, no. I also love Rachel, but everyone can handle criticism. And I can too. I'm not always right. I've gotten shit wrong. It's fine for other people to have different opinions and interpret things differently. And, like I said earlier, you guys, I mean, there is an incentive for Rachel to get along with Emily. And I think that the incentive for Rachel to get along with Emily will yield a lot more entertainment value for you all. So think about that before, you want to shit on her. Angel, hey, if you have to harass a partner to get you presents, is the gift even worth it at that point? Sounds more like an obligation. Show me how much you love me, goddammit. Crystal, hey, thank you for 2 months. Using my free membership to stay fat. Also, love you the streams, I guess. Can't wait for my 500-month milestone. Oh my god. If we're still doing this in 500 months. Oh god. Such a mad world, thank you. You asked last night if anyone saw Black Phone 2, and it was good. My son loved it. 4 thumbs up from us. Also, thanks for the constant laughs. Oh my god, I really want to go see it. Maybe I'll go see it tomorrow. I heard it got good reviews, too. Thank you so much for that, Mad World. Sasha, hello. Ron, stop. Ron, stop. I would love to rewatch season 1 of that. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Sasha. Froggy, thank you. Suing Will and Tice is starting to sound normal. Yeah, I hope that we never lose the context of how that statement doesn't make sense at all. Gus, thank you for 6 months. Amber's a monster. How many people will be at the funeral and will feel a sense of relief? We earned the tears of our loved ones at our funerals. Sad. Kind of a morbid little statement there. Thank you, though, Gus. Acid Wash. Hey there. What do you normally do when I'm gone? Wait for you to get back. Sorry, Patrick. I have school today. Weird Blonde. Hey there. Dad just cut his finger off. Now I'm babysitting my parents' dogs as they go to the ER. Say hi to Ray. She's with me. Hi, Ray. I hope that your dad's finger is able to get sewed back on. That's terrible. Thank you, though, for the money. Tech, hi. I'm in the ER currently with a health scare era. Thanks for giving us a distraction. Oh, gosh. Are you getting that phantom boob pain? That'll get you every time. Hope everything works out, Tech. Camilla, thank you so much for your super sticker. I'm drunk and I love you. Silent viewer since space intro. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm drunk and I love you. Vegas, hey. Amber's basically bariatric Angelica Pickles. Oh my god. She needs a Cynthia. She needs to carry around a Cynthia doll. Mark, hey. Amber probably knew the video was in there and didn't say anything since Emily made fun of baby Amber. Oh yeah, you retroactively made fun of me as a child. So stupid. Shiny, hi. My boyfriend is having Amber nightmares. Amberlynn nightmares. Oh my gosh. If Girl World is showing up in your dreams, I don't know. Is that a sign to disconnect? Hey, Liz, thank you. You ruined bingo night for Amber. Yeah, oh my god, you did. Oh yeah. She was about to go out with her mom to go to bingo, and I ruined that for her. Melissa, hello. We need a lighthearted BBC. Oh my god, maybe we'll do some BBC tomorrow. Or you know what? Maybe we'll do Chantal tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. Elizabeth, hey there. Just got home from Vegas. Now I'm catching a live while stitching. Have some money for belly pics. Thank you so much. Belly pics don't come cheap. $7.99. Choker cheese, thank you. Pathetic that they hate each other but won't expose it. They love to hate each other. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Amber leg cuddles, thank you. Imagine the belly button and what's inside. Oh, geez. I would rather not. I'd rather not leg cuddles. Booby, hey, sorry I'm late. That's okay, Booby. Swooping on in a little bit late is a-okay with me. Hope you're having a good weekend. Prune Pizza, hey there. Squatter Heart Hands. Squatter Lynn Heart Hands, back to you, pizza. Problematic Monica, hey there. This part makes me think that Ambi is a feedy too. Yeah, I think that Amber's in on it. Yeah, I mean, feedy, it's like... I don't think that she minded. I don't think that she cared. Because the fact that Amber is making jokes about Emily being a feeder tells me that she's in on it. And she doesn't care. I don't think that she gives a shit that Emily's a feeder. No. I'll date a feeder, sure. You just have to love me and be on FaceTime with me all the time. But yeah, you can be my feeder. I don't care. Jordy's slushy pretzel dip. Thank you. Use me, please. Dipping pretzels in slushy. Oh my god. I don't know about that. I'm thinking about getting some queso. I think about your dry pretzels comment from time to time. Chonke just picked up a tiger's blood slushie in honor of the stream. Oh, tiger's blood from Kona Ice. Where'd you get it? I want it. Gimme. Rosa, thank you. Emily's a feeder and Amber is a cat unaliver. I don't care if Amber attacked Emily either. It couldn't have happened to a better person. Oh, a pretty unapologetic statement here, Rosa. Oh my goodness. Appreciate your donation. Angel, hey, imagine Emily wanted the ultimate project. Help Amber lose weight and have her gain it back while watching bread rise in the oven. Oh, like watching bread rise in the oven. Like watching bread rise in the oven. Oh my god. Paige, thanks. Thank you for keeping me company while I put together furniture for my cats. Their names are Francis Houseman and Jane Elaine. Heart pause to ya. Thank you, Paigey. I think that somebody yesterday said that it was their cat's birthday and they built them a 6-foot tall tower. Huh. It sounds like this is the era of cats getting furniture built for them and exercising. Sam Grass, hi there. Thanks for not downplaying Emily being a feeder. I don't understand what Rachel is doing here. Thank you for being sane. There's many different motivations for things that people do and say. And, you know, we're all entitled to our own opinions and everything. But just like with everything that I've seen and everything that I've heard and everything that has been put on the internet about Emily since she has joined our cast since last July, there's no convincing me. There's no convincing me that she's anything but. Alexis, hi there. In the DMs during a fight, Amber just randomly says, check Snapchat, clearly trying to use Emily's preferences to manipulate her to come back. Check Snapchat. I sent you belly. Oh my god. Check Snapchat for shelf. Oh, you're mad at me? Check Snapchat. Ew. Brian, thank you. Oh, hey, Brian. Where were you all night? We're getting tired of Amber. She's suffocating me more than Emily. Please, Chantal, stream tomorrow. Maybe we'll do Chantal. Maybe we will do Chantal tomorrow. I am not sure. I am getting a little bit fatigued. So maybe we take a break. Maybe we do something tomorrow night. We haven't done Chantal in forever. And, you know, I kind of do want to like prep a little bit and get like a little bit of introductory look at Chantal before she comes back to Canada. I feel like I ask this every stream, but I don't know if I ever get an answer. Does anyone know when Chantal is scheduled to come back to Canada? Is it the end of the month? Or is it sooner? Is it sometime in November? Does anyone know that watches Chantal? I don't know. Coco, hey. Hours after getting the Labubu fried shrimp earphone case, I got lychee berry, paid $40. She came with an outfit. Oh, she came with an outfit too for $40? That's a pretty good deal. Yeah. Because I think they retail for like around 30, so if you get the outfit, yeah, that sounds about right. Oh my god, you got the shrimp and lychee berry. Oh my, your collection is well underway, Coco. The end of the month. Okay. She says end of October. Okay, so she should be flying home in the next week and a half. All right, before Halloween. So we might get a pumpkin patch bees. We might get a haunted hayride bees. The last time she said anything, it was October 27th. Okay, the 28th or the 29th. All right, so around the end of the month, but before Halloween. She moves in her apartment November 1st. Okay, well, she could stay with, like, her mom or whatever, like, for a few nights. Or the aunt. She could stay with the aunt, or shit, even Pete's. Like, it's you know what? Other question I have. Is Pete's moving in with her on the 1st? Or is he, like, thinking about moving in later? Like, is she moving in and he's moving in with her? Or is she moving in and, like, he may come later? Frozen Webcam, thank you for 20 months. There's a lawsuit against TikTok that mentions Eugenia. That's why she's banned. A channel called Vera the Chukin has receipts. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit earlier. I'm looking forward to watching that video and getting some more information about it. I haven't seen anything about it yet, so I am curious. Thank you so much, Frozen Webcam, and I appreciate you being a member for so long. We don't know for sure. Okay. Pete said he is moving in. I think he comes later, not sure. All right. Oh boy. I don't know. Will Chantal go back to her shenanigans? Will she go back to her shenanigans? Sarah Thrush, thank you. I really appreciate the 10 gifted memberships here at the end of our stream. I really appreciate you doing that, Sarah Thrush. Thank you so much. This should be a reminder to everybody to scrape and brush your tongue tonight before you go to bed. Thank you so much, Sarah Thrush. Always gracing us with your dirty tongue presence. Just kidding. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's flood the chat with some tongue emojis before we go. Really appreciate you doing that yet again, Sarah. We're ending on a high note. We are ending on a high note. Can we do Eugenia? I don't really know if I could make a stream out of Eugenia. Like I could probably make a video talking about the lawsuit, but to do a stream about Eugenia, I don't know. Eugenia's content has never really been that good for streaming. Yeah. Eugenia, I can't remember the last time like I made a Eugenia video. It's been a long time. All right, everybody. I think that is going to be it for this evening. Tomorrow, who knows what we do, but I think if I had to guess, I think it's gonna be Chantal. So be here for that. We'll have more fun for Sunday Fun Day. Really appreciate everybody hanging out. All the gifted memberships, super chats, participation, likes on the stream, grays and members alike. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for dipping your toes into the end of this Exposing Amber Part 2 video. All right, y'all.